Hey y'all, this is the All Around Natural Beauty, and welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty channel. And just give me a second while I mute this here thing over here. Around Natural Beauty. Hey y'all, what's going on? Yeah, welcome to All Around Natural Beauty Show. Anyway, I had to change because I had to change, and that's what happened. It's making me a little bit tardy on here, but anyway, it's all good. I'm just excited to be here today, and I had to get me a little cup of coffee to get started here. Hey, we got the people already. We got the people already. We got my main. And Max saying, welcome. Please hit the like button on your way in here. Let me just make sure. Yeah, we got you with the wrench there. Thank you so much, M Mac, coming here already on time, saying welcome and hit the like button and leave a comment after the show. Thank y'all so much too for everybody who is leaving comments. I'm loving these comments. Everything is just wonderful. How I sound, y'all? How's my mic sounding? I was trying to move some things around before I got started, and I said, "Hi, I'm doing okay." Give me a one in the chat if I'm, sounding pretty decent here. All right. What's up, Tanika? Looking like your mama. What's up? I love it. Yes. Okay, look at here. And that's me, all around natural beauty. Oh yeah, here I come, beauties. I was running a little behind. I just thank y'all for so much for coming up here. What's up, Jackie? Hello and welcome, y'all. I'm happy to see y'all. That's what I'm saying. Y'all coming in here. Let me know and hitting that like button on your way up in here too. Here's a new name, VR Janess 2. Hi, hello, and welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty RN channel, and where we are passionate about helping everybody, every victim, overcome the fear of, healing from the abuse and, speaking out the names of the abusers and not keeping any secrets. Over here on this channel, we don't do moments of silence. We do moments of speaking, where we're speaking out the names of victims and the names of abusers to get justice. And we were brought together here through our dear sister Shanquella Robinson, and we are here for justice, and we are uniting together as a group of victims who are becoming survivors, because you can't help being a victim. If you were victimized, it's not your fault. You can't help that. But if you are still here, that means you survived for a reason. So you have to heal from the abuse so you can become a survivor, and you can help make sure someone else behind you doesn't have to be abused, or they know how to heal from it and become survivors. And that's how we thrive, right? So thank y'all so much and welcome. All right, so we got us a new person up in here, and they putting the one in the chat, mean I sound good. Thank you so much. And Tanika saying, good evening, lady. All right, good evening to my beauties and beautifuls out there. So excited about what we're doing here today. It's Friday night too, and some of y'all just got paid. And I got my coffee going here and all that good stuff, and I'm ready. I took a nap today too. I took a nap today because we might be going for a little while, because I'm gonna have to address there was someone who got up here last night. We were already in like 4.5 hours, and I was really, really tired. And anyway, I want to say some things on that too. But we have a very good show tonight. Very good show tonight, and I'm just excited, and I'm just happy that y'all coming back to keep this whole thing going. Let me get my sip of coffee before it get cold. Welcome. Yes. I'm just super excited. Yeah, okay, look here. And Max said Friday. Yeah, just got paid. Okay, and ready for you ready for the long stroke? Cool. All right, good. I'm glad y'all enjoying that long stroke, because Yeah, like I was saying, I was supposed to be training for this here marathon. So I like marathons, and long stroking to me is a marathon. I like that. Thank you so much for appreciating the long stroke. Give it up for MMAC in the long stroke. Yep. Let's see here. Courtney Taylor, hey, she's saying hi. I'm so excited. Y'all coming on back up in here. We got some really good, I got some good clips for y'all tonight. We got some good stuff. Some good stuff. And I was proud of last night session. We had a good time. We got a lot of good information, and we had an opportunity to see like what these trolls and what the people that's trying to distract, what that looks like and stuff like that. So it was wonderful. We had a nice little peaceful thing, and we giving out roses, love and hugs, and we all about healing. Okay. what it was really good. So we had a good old time, and I'm just super excited that things are moving forward. We had some good moments where we given our testimony. I was able to talk about my son's sister, Brittany Jasmine Hines, who was found unalive back in 2000, December 9th. Actually was December 16th, 2011 in Arizona. And, was just, it's a cold case now. The families never got any justice. And they did a technique where they will unalive you, several states over. And there's like such a big workload. Like, you guys have to realize that, it's not like on TV where every body gets a case and stuff, and they solve it and all that stuff. A lot of these unalivings go unsolved, right? They go unsolved. And when this happened, and then we had an opportunity to see it and have the visuals and stuff like that, it just brings light to the fact that this kind of stuff been going on for forever. And that's why I always liken it to this whole Rodney King thing in 1992. I always tell everybody I'm middle-aged, right? I'm going to be 52 on the 15th of this month. So we giving it up for the Sagittarius. We've been having a good time here, celebrating Sagittarian energy. And we promoting, generosity, because that's how we are as Sagittarius. And Calvin Klein size 6 again. Yes. So, and this here is MAC red lipstick. Yeah. I'm loving I'm loving this whole thing. I'm loving how we are sharing love with the healing and all that stuff, and getting through all this good stuff. Here, I need another comment already. Courtney Taylor said, can you speak on the protest that's happening tomorrow? Okay, I didn't know anything about a protest that's happening tomorrow. Where is the protest happening, Courtney? Yeah, protest happening tomorrow. Let's see what this thing here say. I'm gonna open up a screen over here and just protest. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna get you in this second here. Let's see, protest. I'll just get her to tell me. Chasing these here things here. Let's see here. I'm loving seeing it on you. Thank you so much. I'm loving providing it for your visual for your visual pleasure. This is so nice, y'all. And please hit that like button on the way in here, and let me know where y'all coming in from. All that good stuff. I know this mic is just totally not how I would like it. Oh, look at here. What's up, Rebel Man? Hi. Welcome back. All right. So, yep, we starting to get a few folks up in here, and I'm just excited about how this is going. I'm just feeling good, And again, like I said, I remember back in 1992, the energy of the people, we were feeling good about it. Like, this was the first time that they were actually filming like a court case. Like, we would get news and stuff like that. Back in my day, we had, newspapers and stuff. I wonder if do they still make newspapers? Anyway, they used to have this thing called a newspaper, and we had to read it to get the news. Or, wait for news to come on. It was like certain times a day. Like you had to wait until after 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. before you could get some news. And, there was like 3 big stations. Anyway, long story short, they were filming, broadcasting the trial of, I think it was just 4 white male LAPD who had, a history of really, really doing the thing, right? Y'all should know. Anyway, they played the case, right? And they just kept playing the beat and everybody saw it. It was so obvious, right? And then when they said not guilty, we were feeling good about the case. I know I was at home watching. I was waiting to hear if I had passed my first nurse's license board. I was waiting to see if I had passed the licensures for things. So I wasn't doing anything. I was just sitting. I was waiting at home. And so I was watching it. It was coming on. We had daily coverage. And so, we was all feeling good. Yeah, they about to get caught because y'all was on TV doing it. And now y'all about to see everybody go, y'all about to pay. Y'all about to pay, right? And then when they said not guilty, within seconds, I kid you not, we interrupt this program to bring you a special report. And it was Florence and Normandy, and there was fighting, and the riots were starting off. And the TV stayed on the whole night. Back in the day, TV used to go off, right? And, for a few hours. Anyway, we go off. It wasn't 24 hours like it is, y'all. Y'all young people got it made. Back in the day, we used to have to wait for it to come back on. Anyway, so it was on the whole night. And then, there was fight. It was bad. And it was like out of control for like at least 3 days before they sent in the National Guard to, like calm stuff down. But like the first, so many hours, they just stepped back. It was like, oh, let's let them do the thing. And it just started to keep on spreading down, to even when it got to Crenshaw. And then, anyway, but I was closer to La Cienega. So anyway, I wasn't totally too affected. I was, in a nicer part. Anyway, get back on this case here. Courtney Taylor, what you talking about over here? Courtney Taylor said, I seen a flyer about it on Instagram. Yeah, Instagram. Okay, so like I said, I'm about to be 52, so I do have an Instagram, but I'm not real active on social media, y'all. I just kind of started doing this whole daily lives back when, this thing started moving. So I will look off into that too, Courtney. Let me see what my Instagram things say. Good thing. Let's see here while I'm trying to look here. Courtney say, tuning in from Tennessee. All right. Thank you so much. Here's a new name too. Ernie Williams says, you're wearing your 52 very well. Ooh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. My beats, man, super beats, right? Beats in any kind of way. Beats is so good for everything. It's good for your cardiovascular, good for your skin. It's a natural aphrodisiac, and it's just good for everything. I love my beats, and just thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me just go ahead and take in that compliment. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. MX said 50-year-old man turning in from Brooklyn, New York. Okay, what's up, MX? Cub. All right. Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, Courtney Taylor said tomorrow in North Carolina. Oh, okay. That's where the okay, cool. Maybe some good coverage then. Maybe I'll go live during that time. That might be interesting. Thank you, Courtney. I appreciate that. Yeah, that might be nice. I've never done anything like that before. And since I'm going, I appreciate y'all giving me all these bones. I'm not all these bones, but all these all these clues and stuff. I'm just loving what y'all doing for me. Love what you do for me. Okay, anyway. VR Janice 2 says they had all day news on cable back then. Yeah, but everybody didn't have cable. But look at you. But yeah, you could have had cable and gotten some all day coverage. But unfortunately, that's not how it went down. They would interrupt the program so everybody would watch it, right? Like now you have choices. I don't even know, do they still have like regular news? Because now people have choices. You just be online and do it your own way. But yeah, they would interrupt whatever the program was, and the news would take top priority. But yeah, and back then the cable news wasn't really considered as reputable as like ABC, CBS, and ABC, CBS, and NBC. Those were the three main ones and stuff. And yeah, Fox was just kind of starting to do a little something and all that stuff. They were considered not as up there. Look at me dating myself. Yep. But I'm loving that us Gen X people is up in here representing, because we the people. We the people. We had the Schoolhouse Rock. I was at Wonder Boy said, "Hello, all. I'm late, but I'm here." Yeah, I was a little late too. I had to go make a change. Yeah, I wasn't feeling the dress I was wearing, and yeah. So I was like, I'm sure I have at least one more Calvin Klein in the closet. I can't go wrong with Calvin Klein size 6. I can't go wrong. Any color, any cut, any style, they always just fit just nice, and I just love Calvin Klein. Anyway, hey Tanika, she say, yeah, everything's so different now, but I remember that Rodney King case. Our lights was out for 3 or 4 days. Yeah, see there? People ain't knowing about that. People ain't knowing about that. Yeah, and then look how long it took them to even repair all that stuff too. They let our neighborhood stay burned for years. It was burned down for years. Yep. Yeah, that was amazing too, because like I said, how the news had just stayed on all night. I remember staying up and like just in disbelief seeing those fires and um yeah. And then the fight, and then that Reginald Denning guy, that was so horrific. That was one of our first times to see something like that. Like they, threw a brick. I mean, it was vicious, it was horrible. But they ended up catching all those people and stuff too because of the video camera. So we thank the universe that the video was leaked on Shanquella Robinson, and we have an opportunity to even grow further than how we grew from the whole Rodney King thing back in 92. Yeah. I'm loving this. This is going to be so good. We in a good space, y'all. We in the right place and time to be part of something huge, right? Huge. This is worldwide. People been timing in from different countries and stuff like that, and this is something. This is something. This is something that we, as women, have really been wanting for a while. Okay, VR Janice 2 says the family had a press conference announcement. All right, y'all hear that? The family had a press conference announcement. Yeah, and I appreciate everybody who's covering all of the information and stuff like that. So, these young people are out there doing all this groundwork and really doing an excellent job at, doing this commentary and stuff like that. And I have a great opportunity to react to their work and, give my insight as a 52-year-old woman in a 30-year work history as a nurse and experience as a mother and a wife and a divorced mother and all that good stuff as, and a woman, all that good stuff. So I've got a lot to say. And I'm happy to say it. I'm happy to share it and help somebody along the way. like I said before, we hear about healing, with all those years of me being a nurse, I'm definitely about healing and advocating for victims, patients, victims, the underdog. That's me. Even as a Sagittarius, y'all know how the Sagittarians get down. And I got some Sagittarius out there in my chat. I'm just loving y'all. So happy birthday for all of Sagittarius. This is our month. We still in Sagittarius. I do gifts and good things for myself every day. Every day while the sun is still in Jupiter for us Sagittarius. Yes. I'm so grateful for this and everybody keeping, justice for Shanquella's voice out there, And like I had an opportunity to call out the name Brittany Jasmine Hines, my son's sister, who was 19 years old, only 19 years old, and they disposed of her body in several states. So these are ways to distract the I guess the industry or whatever to not have them solve the case, because it's like, well, it's not my jurisdiction, not my problem. They just kind of kick the can down the street, right? And then nobody does anything about it. And it just end up being a cold case. And I know a lot of you guys were concerned about that, making sure that we continue to talk about this so we don't let it, just die down and be another cold case since, nothing's happening. And Tanika Taylor says, you have not aged. And really, thank you so much. Because that's a trip how you would recognize me and remember me and stuff like that. I remember you. I was older too. You was like a little sister. Yep. I'm so grateful too that time in here. Did your mama tell you that when we was out in LA in April that we got together? I went to took my mom. We all went out to LA and we hooked up with your mom. We had a great time. Great time out there. I always love going to LA and taking people to LA and showing them around LA. I love it. Love it. You see, Wanda Ward said, I actually work with the daughter of James Byrd, the guy who was drugged in Jasper, Texas. Oh, the one that John Q was talking about? Wow. See, so, these people that do these kind of things, unaliving people, there's people out there that's been doing this. That's what they do. Like they have ways and stuff to do this kind of stuff. And people that aren't like, people that's not thinking that people are out there that's doing this kind of stuff, you will get caught slipping, right? So you always have to be aware of evilness, right? Just sticking your head in the sand and, being blind to it on purpose is not going to help anything, right? You need to be aware. Need to be aware that it's out there so you can, avoid it. That's horrible. Yes, it is. It is. Yeah. Yep. And she had a 7-month-old baby girl to heaven. And when they first found her body in Arizona, coming out of California, they, no one knew where the baby was. So, everybody's sick with worry until, days later, the baby was found. It was, one of those situations where you just like, can't believe like this really happening, so totally understand how, family Shanquella Robinson, feels. And, yep. Max says, I just read that the rally for Shanquella is tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, being held at Little Rock AME Zion Church. I'm sure the church will do a live stream. Okay, well, I'm willing to support that. So that'll be 3 p.m. my time. And yeah, so if y'all want to come over here and hang out, and we could, watch it together and show support to the family, I am willing. I'm willing. All right. See, Tanika Tiller says, yes, you, my original big sister. Yep. 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 Because you always reminded me of my little baby cousin, Antoinette. And she had passed away too. She was hit by a car as a child. She was like 3 days away from her 12th birthday. And yep. Yep. So that was, always, yeah. We women. All right. So anyway, I loving on all of y'all, and I'm so grateful that y'all just loving on me too. And we're gonna get started with I guess we can get started with what did she say? Oh no. What's it? Oh, okay, what the little the cousin. Yeah, I thought I remember even, talking to you about that, because I used to be very protective of you crossing the street and all that stuff. Remember that little boy who got hit by the car at our church and stuff like that? These kind of little crimes and stuff be going, against the community all the time. Like, he was a hit and run, and then people getting away with it and stuff like that because they will bully the people in the community. Like, if you say something, so yeah, yeah. I'm grateful for these cameras and stuff nowadays so we can get these bullies under control. Yes, I remember. Yep. Okay, so I'm just so grateful, y'all. I'm just so touched here. And so for tomorrow at 3 p.m., make sure I write that down, and then we get that going. And so this is exciting, y'all. I hope y'all recognize that we are the part, like, this is actively happening, right? So in 20 years, they're going to be talking about this stuff. So all of us, our comments, us coming out here doing this stuff, and, I'm just excited. I'm super excited about all this stuff. And, yep. So let's go ahead and get started on what we come here for. And that's justice for Shanquella Robinson. And let me get my first video here. Hopefully I did a good title. Let me see. I just be coming up with stuff on the fly, y'all. I'm going to do so much better. Like, I'm building how this whole thing is coming together. And I'm just super proud of myself because, I've been doing this now for, maybe 12 days straight or something like that. I don't remember. Anyway, just check out the live stream. You'll see from the little 9-hour and 21-minute deal. That was my, coming out party thing with this whole little live stream thing. And then, from that day forward, doing this thing. And how it's coming together. Like, I never imagined that I would be talking about this and stuff. I've always wanted to talk about it as a recovering victim, but, I didn't know how it was going to happen. And then hear this story that would touch me so much because of my over 30 years of nursing experience. Like I was saying, I used to work with the quadriplegics, the spinal cord injury people. Because I grew up in Southern California, Los Angeles in the 80s, right? We had this thing called the gangs where it was really bad. Like, we was having drive-by shootings and all that stuff. And oh yeah, Tanika, remember when it was what was that little? We had back in the day. You had to go to like the record store to buy music. Like, now, y'all, we just download the music. But back in the day, in order to get music, you had to actually go to a brick and mortar building. It was some kind of record spot. And anyway, Ready for the World, oh Sheila, they was there. They used to, the singing groups used to go to these record companies, and the back of the record company, but the record stores to sign the autograph or debut the thing. Anyway, so Ready for the World was gonna be there, and we we had took the bus. I don't think you came with, but we had took the bus and to go there, and you had to go through the jungle. And the jungle was, I don't know how many y'all saw Training Day. Well, anyway, Training Day, the jungle part was where his I guess baby mama, the little lady where they stayed, that was all those apartment buildings. Anyway, that was the jungle. We had, I don't know why we decided this. We took the bus, got off on Crenshaw, and then we was gonna walk through the jungle to get to La Brea so we can get to the record store. I can't remember the name of the record store. It don't exist anymore because they all out of business. But anyway, the dude that we was with, he had on all blue, right? So he was, like I said before, y'all, you go through different neighborhoods. So we started off in the neighborhood where the blue team was at, because we was over where the Hoovers and all that stuff is at, right? So we walking through the jungle now, which is the blood area. And I was just overcome with this big fear because I'm like, dang, this dude is here with all his blue stuff on, obviously Crip, and we just together. We ain't me and my sister. We ain't Crips, and then we just all happen to be going to the Ready for the World thing together. Anyway, before we even make it out of the jungle, some of these blood people see us. They spot us. And I'm like, look, we need to split up. And so we now running to make it to the record company. We still made it there, and nobody got shot, but they was like driving through there looking for us. And I was running in these plastic pumps. At the time, back in the 80s, plastic was popular. We used to have plastic jackets and plastic shoes. Used to be called jellies, right? Anybody remember the jellies? Let me stop with this reminiscing. Okay, anyway, yes, I remember. Let me get back on here. Justice for Shanquella. Yes, ma'am. We getting there. Yep. All right. M. Max says, Waxy, Kemp Mill, and Tower Records were the record stores I remember. New albums, cassettes came out on Tuesdays. Yeah. It may have been Tower Records. I might have to do some type of Google or something. Like, it's not there anymore. It was on La Brea. Anybody remember La Brea off of like King Boulevard? It used to be called something else back in the day too. Anyway, thank you so much, M Mac. I sure appreciate that. Let's see here. Wonder War said, I remember. Thank you. All right. So you must be a Gen Xer then. That's what I'm saying. I'm so grateful for my Gen X people. This is our time, y'all. This is our time. So yes. Ernie Williams. All right. I miss those record stores. I know, like, really? I guess, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, and then you used to have the little, if you wanted to listen to it and stuff like that. Yeah, you had to go to the record store. The record store. Okay, so y'all, let's go on and get through our little reminiscing here and get on with our first video and see. So the first video is going to be from a new YouTuber I just just discovered, Lionel B Show. And we're going to watch one of his videos. All right, before we get there, okay, I got one last comment. I'm 53. Will be old December 27th. Oh, okay, I forgot to give out a shout out to my Capricorns, because y'all too get it bad. Like, I was complaining that as a Sagittarius, that most of the time we don't get two presents. We just get one happy birthday Christmas. I know for sure if your birthday is anytime after the 25th, you didn't get no two presents. Yeah, so okay, cool. All right, so show some love to you on that note, and to all the other Cappies out there that unfortunately have a birthday after this Consumer Day, December 15th. All right, so here we go. I think, is this the one? Oh, yeah, this is it. Okay, so I'm getting ready to share the screen here, and we're going to check out Lionel B Show. And all right, it's titled, Dejanay Jackson worried about Shanquella Robinson's mother mysterious phone call before her sorry, y'all, expiration. So I guess it must be okay to say it if it's part of the title. You know, I wish YouTube would just send like a list of words that we are allowed to say. Like I said, I'm really new to this, so I'm trying to make sure I keep up with the proper etiquette and all that good stuff. So here we go with the video.
Show, it's your first time tuning into the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the videos, man. Also, make sure y'all click that notification bell button so anytime I drop a brand new video, y'all be the first ones to get it. Now, guys, things are kind of lining up just a little bit, man. As Salamondra Robinson, she recently sat down with the news station. She indicated.
So recently sat down. I don't see a date on there. But this here, see this date here, this is a few hours ago. So I'm, assuming this is the newest type of information here. All right. So we're gonna say news this morning.
So many shocking things that kind of can put this case into perspective. So we already know we caught Dejanay Jackson on video actually putting the pause on Shanquella Robinson. Well, guys, some more information has recently come out indicating that Salamondra Robinson, she actually received a mysterious phone call from somebody while they were at Cabo. Now, a lot of people are wondering, like, who would potentially have her phone number? And did they actually go through her phone and actually unlock her phone? It's things that make you go, Now, all signs would definitely point to Khalil Cook, as he was actually allegedly her best friend. So I'm pretty sure they shared some intimate.
So not the dude that Nazir. This is the best friend, not the dude that was talking the video talk, the one that was nervous, telling the obvious lie. And the one that mama was saying, leave my son, leave my baby alone, or clear my boy's name, or that. Oh, okay. All right. So this guy is really, okay. All right. Let's keep it going. All right. Let me just read this real quick. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for the purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get this here finished.
But also, she received calls from Khalil Cook. So I don't really think the call came directly from Khalil Cook, but he probably the phone number to one of the Cabo Six and was like, hey, call her. Or maybe somebody else got the number, because apparently she wasn't that close with all of them except Khalil. So that's definitely a mysterious thing, man. I definitely think Dejanay Jackson, of course, she is worried at this point, because right now that basically shows that they're not an allegiance anymore. Apparently they got together, they teamed up on the girl, they took her out, but somebody within their organization switched out and called the mom. Now, did they switch out to kind of protect themselves? And also, why didn't the mom ask who it was on the phone? Like, who is this? Because generally you get a phone call, even if it's a lot going on, you're like, oh, well, can I have your name? Something to that effect. I'm going to play this clip from this news station so you guys can check it out. And let's kind of try to figure out, guys, who do you think actually made that particular phone call?
I got a call from somebody, I didn't even know who it was. And they stated that they was over there fighting that girl. And that's the way they left it, just like that.
So someone just called you, said that, and then hung up?
And hung up. So they was over there fighting. I don't know why they keep talking about alcohol poisoning.
Now, guys, I'm wondering if it was the Elise Everett girl. The one that everybody think was so innocent, the one that tried to paint herself out to be, this upstanding young woman. So I wonder if it's Elise, though, seriously.
That's a good wonder, because that's the only real name that we haven't really, no one's really said anything about. Like, I've heard some talk about the Winter and those other two gentlemen, this guy here and Nazir. So that's interesting. Let's see. Tanika says, I'm confused. I thought Nazir was Shanquella's best friend because Kylie haven't said Jack. Well, according to this, that's why I was saying I was confused too. I thought it was the other way around. So it's this guy, and he was the one that everyone is saying that was saying, Quilla, can you at least fight back? And that would make sense that he would be calling her by a nickname or a shortened version of her name because he was more, comfortable with her. Like, yeah, wow. This thing is really, it's really unfolding. All right. And Tanika says, I'm confused. I thought Nasir was the best friend because Kylie haven't said anything regarding Shanquella's passing. Yeah, it's true. And then I think we heard on one of the videos that even the parents said that it's Kylie. I remember hearing the mom say, "Oh, Nancy Grace." Yeah. I'm gonna go back and watch that again. Let's see here. Wanda Ward said, that's what's weird. Kylie hasn't said a word." So I know, like last night, I was saying that this Nazir was the mastermind, but however, now that we got this bit of information, I am more suspicious to say it's this Kylie person. Because the other guy, Nazir, his stuff was so elementary with the whole big, no, yeah, the nurse was here. Oh, wait, no. The nurse came and then the nurse went back and then, no, it was the maid. Yeah, it was that. So, yeah. And so, wow. Deep. All right. Ernie Williams says, that's the best friend. He set everything up. Okay, see, somebody else is in agreement here. Wow. Okay. I can see why. All right, let's go and get back. Okay, this is starting to get deep, y'all. Let's go.
I want y'all to kind of think about that. Now, we definitely know it wasn't Winter because Winter allegedly was the one that actually body slammed her and quite presumably probably dealt the fatal blow that took her life. Before that, as far as Dejanay Jackson, it looks like, she might have survived it. But it looks like with the additional damage that Winter actually did, as well as some others, on that particularly brutal attack, it had to be someone.
All right, so I'm going to stop there because we saw that, unless there was an attack before the video that we've all seen that Dejanay did, that it's impossible that there was anything after that, right? Because we saw the injury, the bow in the back, and also the atlas luxation of the actual head being knocked off of, the head being knocked off of the skeleton. We saw that, right? So in order for someone to have picked her up and body slammed her, they would have to have lifted up dead weight, right? And that's very difficult. It's not like picking somebody up. Even if if somebody was if somebody was trying to grab you and throw you, if you still had control of your body, you're going to move. You're going to move with it. You're not going to be just dead weight, right? So that's different. It's almost virtually impossible to lift up a dead weight, from already on a seated, she was already on the floor. So yeah. Let's see here. I got some. Let me catch up here. We don't want to get too far behind. And Tanika said, not being mean, but Kylie looks like he the type to set someone up. Yeah. And especially from the sound of the voice, he's the one people are saying that you're hearing say, Quilla, can you at least fight back? Rebel Man says Kylie is best friend, and he is the one who went to her mom's for dinner after Carbo. Wow. That's cold. Let's see. MMAX says Kylie definitely could have instigated the fight. The fact that she was closest to him, she could have told him something about Dejanay in confidence. Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities here. Wow, sad. Yes, yes, yes. All right, y'all. We gotta work through this one again. Here we go. Back to the share.
One out of that 6 guys that actually was sitting back and making that phone call, somehow they had the mom's phone number. And I'm pretty sure they got it from Khalil. Khalil's probably feeling bad,
Okay.
and dude or the chick was like, "Yo, let me get the phone. Or what's the mom's number?" Because I'm pretty sure he had her number. There's family friends, you know.
Yeah.
So it's almost definitely that he definitely had the mom's phone number, and he was probably like, "Hey, just call and say this, this, and that, and then hang up." But at the same time, like if that was the case as well, why would you fly all the way back home and go to Shanquella's mom's house and actually sit there and tell her a story, knowing she already got a phone call?
I went online and
sorry,
I put into Google fast track into.
Wow. Wow. Okay, so this really is starting to help me put the picture together because like I really wasn't sure of who all the players were, like these names and stuff. And now I can see the pictures and because at one point I thought Nazir was the voice there, but it wasn't. It's actually this here Kali person, and then the Nazir is the one whose mother is standing up for him. He's the one that supposedly was there late after all this stuff. However, we did discover on one of the videos that we were able to count at least that there was 4 people there, because there was one video where you could see someone with some fingernails on there, and they were saying, I believe that they had identified that to be the winter person, and then they so that's Winter, Dejanay, Kylie, and then whomever was taking the video that captured the 4 of them off in it, So who was that person? Wow. Interesting. Super interesting here. And see, Tanique said, with friends like that, who the hell needs enemies? Exactly. Yeah. So we were talking yesterday about, trying to look at and notify these signs and symptoms of, jealousy, when people are jealous of you and stuff like that, to be able to look, listen, and feel for when, there's some different type of energy, like I was saying, if you were to walk into a room where, people were arguing in there before you walked in, even if you go in there and they're not actively arguing at that moment, if you walk in there shortly afterwards, you can feel the tension. You can feel like, what I walked in, do I need to come back? You can feel the energy. You can feel the tension even when words aren't being said, when in a silence, right? You can feel it. So you want to be aware of that, because you don't want to be comfortable and relaxed around people that are jealous and envious of you. Those are very demonic spirits that, people having, if they have that, at any second it could jump, not good for you. So you want to be aware of that. Let's see here. Let's get a few of these more comments here. Ernie Williams says they're all getting help behind the scenes. Yeah. Hey, Jen Juice. Good evening, gorgeous. Good evening, beautiful. All right. So we about halfway through this here video here, and I'm going to give another shout out to the Lionel B Show. I'm a new subscriber over there. I just found his show, his platform today. And, I like to try to, give both perspectives, try and show some male content creators and also some female content creators. So, we have, cover all around, because I'm an all around beauty and I'm an all around mom too. I have 2 sons and a daughter. So I'm not about, focusing any type of negative energy towards, our males, because I have 2 XY chromosomes that I produced and contributed to society. So of course I'm going to be fair and balanced on that, because I have to. All right. So here we go. Let's get back to the hit video and get this hit finished. Oops. Sorry, y'all.
Hey,
He said it just like that.
just like that. He wasn't even emotion upset or nothing about it. And I say, well, it was nothing I could do. It's just my heart just crumbled, because I couldn't even get to my child. She 2,000 miles away.
But apparently the mom did actually confront them about it. She didn't confront them a whole lot, but she did say, what was up with the fighting? What was up with the fighting story y'all was talking about? Yeah. That's when they was like, oh, nobody was fighting. So I know her mom was confused, like, damn, well, I know good and well somebody just hit my line saying they was fighting my daughter.
Wow.
So I'm pretty sure she was just looking at them like, man, like, what is going on? So, and when that actual autopsy came back in, that confirmed everything that she needed to know.
Wow.
Now check out how she was talking about how the dude was sweating when he got there.
Yeah.
Confronted one of the friends who lived nearby.
They say Shanquella didn't die from no alcohol poisoning. They say she had been beating her neck. He broke out in a sweat. He came out of his shirt. He was sweating so bad. It's like it was eating him up.
But soon, another punch in the gut. Graphic cell phone footage leaked online, appearing to show Shanquella naked, physically assaulted by another woman, while others appeared to watch on. Even
look at that. See, look at the hand, y'all. Oh, sorry. I was too late.
Thing, man, when your mouth say one thing and your body says something entirely different. Even though he was telling her stories and all that, like, she knew how to peep and see exactly what dude had going on.
She felt that
knew
energy.
He was lying. Knew he had zero emotion. She wasn't buying his story, not one bit. So I'm pretty sure she wasn't shocked at all when she found out it wasn't alcohol poisoning. But the fact that all 6 of them actually came up with that crazy, ridiculous story, thinking that was actually going to work. And guys, they almost actually got away with it.
Yeah.
If the Robinson family didn't actually push for more questions and more answers, she probably wasn't even that intoxicated, honestly, guys. I think she had, quite a bit to drink, but not to the point of it actually being poisoning. Like, you have to drink a whole lot.
Exactly.
In order for you to actually have poisoning.
And, she would have thrown up first. Her body would have made her, she'd have thrown it up first. Like most of the time, I mean, I don't know how many of you have one time or so had way too much to drink, right? Most of the time, right? Right? So anyway, we all know it was lies. We're getting done here. So let's go ahead. I think I got some more comments. Let me just make sure we don't get too far behind here. All right, Jinju says Cabo 6 maggots stayed and partied in Mexico 2 days after Quilla's demise. That is pretty sick and twisted. Wow. Wow. Tanique said very sick and twisted. Yes. Wow. Ernie Williams said, this is about jealousy and deceit. It gets deeper as the case goes on, but God will get justice for this poor angel. They have shed innocent blood. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much, Ernie. Vanessa Jones says, please play GGXO. Is that supposed to be Gossip Girl? A GGXO's video that she made today when they are confessing on why they fight Shanquella over somebody's cousin getting unalive, making makes sense. Oh, okay. Is that's going to be where's my pen at? God darn it. The XO girl. Let me just go on and thank you so much, Vanessa. Yeah, you give me some good tips. I did have a pen somewhere. Oh, here we go. So yeah, since we're going to be, moving on, staying for a while, we'll get an opportunity to go check that out. Thank you so much. And Gossip Girl has been giving us a lot of information and stuff. She said today that she made on them making a confession. Thank you so much. Appreciate that tip. Great nugget. All right, and Tanika says, I think they're making up stories about Shanquella to justify what they did. Why didn't they just go to the police? Good one. Yeah, and then, we're getting distracted again by just chasing these stories. See here. Jinju say, some trifling heifer made a comment to me and said, don't you already have another car? Why did you buy a new one for? Red flag went up and she was erased like a bomb blast from my life. Blocked. Yes. It's very smart to, sometimes when you recognize these type of, that type of energy, to block those individuals and not get entangled with them. Yes. Good one, Gin Juice. Yep. Set boundaries, block them, see that type of energy and, stay far away from it. Wonder War said, I believe they cursed their children at Gin Juice. Yes, Gin Juice. Her a blank was hating for real. Yep. This stuff be, jealousy and envy is a very dark spirit, y'all. It's very dark, and it could be silent and it'll sit by you like it's a friend and then, surprise, and too late. That's why it's important to be, like I said, stop, look, listen, and feel, right? Check it out and stuff like that. Listen to how people use words, the tonations, the flexions, look at facial features and, start being more sensitive to tension, you know what I mean? Like you've been in a position where somebody's made you feel like you need to walk on eggshells. They didn't tell you to walk on the eggshells, but you felt like, you need to walk on the eggshells, right? So think about that. Anyway, let's get on back here down to this here video, get finished up here.
Like that. They're definitely going to get justice, man. Them people are scared right now. Dave and A. Jackson, I'm pretty sure. A lot of them haven't been in contact, but man, they're watching the news. They're hiding out somewhere watching the news. And also, and the parents not even seeking justice for their children. Now,
for most of my life, I didn't know.
That was quick. Let's see. Jinju says at Tanika Tills, big time. I could feel her evil energy on me and cut her off. Yeah, that's super smart. Like we, have been pointed out to us that, Shanquella had paid for the trip and she had been a very generous person. And I was saying how a lot of times people who are naturally generous like that, they don't really think that somebody would be jealous of them because you are sharing and giving. So you don't think, why would anybody be jealous? I'm sharing, like I'm giving you, I'm sharing everything I got here. Like, why would you be jealous? You're benefiting from being, but that's not how the person who is envy and jealous is looking at it, right? They're looking at it like you are trying to make them look bad, or you think you're this and they need to teach you a lesson. It's you doing your best, being your best is making them, it's pissing them off, right? So you want to be aware of that here. Tanika says at Gin Juice, girl, I done cut everybody off. It's a shame. Can't trust no one. People don't know how to be friends. Yeah, that's really sad too. That let me stop there. That's really sad too. That this is how things go. But I want to tell y'all that This is exactly how the abusers want you. They want to abuse you so much to where you don't want to be around people, keep you isolated. That way you are still prey when they come back to try to abuse you again, right? So the thing to do is to heal yourself. That way you're not attracting abusers to you, right? That's why I always go back to when you get on the airplane and they give you the safety instruction, they always tell you to put your mask on first, put your oxygen mask on first before you try to help the person next to you. Because if you are fumbling around trying to help somebody else out, putting their oxygen on, you're going to pass off from lack of oxygen. And then they're going to pass out because they were counting on you to be able to help get them the oxygen, right? So the best thing that you can do is to put your oxygen on by healing yourself from all of your childhood trauma and move forward up, right? And be, your best self and be an example of what a healed, healthy life looks like. So you can, attract people into your life, because you don't want to be isolated and alone, because it's going to leave you open to be victimized forever. It's strength in numbers, right? Like when the animals get attacked, they always go get the one little sheep that's like strayed from the pack, right? So, even like the zebras and stuff, like if they, they stick around in number, the elephants, they stick around in the numbers, they, do the thing. So that's how these abusers want. They want you to be like, oh, I don't want to trust anybody. Wrong way to be. That's why we do here. We speaking out the names of the victims, speaking out the names of the abusers, because we not keeping no more secrets. If you've been victimized, you holding on to that secret, that's what's stopping you from moving forward in life, right? That's why you gotta heal. We gotta expose. And that's why we're doing this here, by keeping this energy on Shanquella, and that's gonna help us to be able to get justice for our own inner child. All right, so did I read this one here? Okay, Tanika said at Jen Juice, girl, okay, I did. All right, we'll do this one here, then we'll go. Exactly. So here we go, we back from our commercial break.
We want to protect our children and all of that. But when they're wrong, they're wrong. And you also don't want to get hit with a charge of harboring a fugitive, which they could potentially get charges as well, especially when they run down all these arrest warrants. And these parents are going to be trying to hide their children. They're going to get charged as well. Oh. Interrupted an investigation. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what type of charges. I don't know if it would be like hiding a fugitive. I guess it just really depends on how much they try to do in order to.
But if they're not fugitives, how could they charge them with harboring a fugitive, right? Because they're not fugitives. They're free to do what they want to do. They don't, no one's asking for them. No one's looking for them.
To interrupt the investigation. But already mothers are coming out about their kids, just like Nazir Wiggins' mom recently indicating that he already spoke to the FBI and she was trying to clear his name. Nobody's name is cleared until all the evidence has come forward. Boy. To me, I feel like they all guilty. They all had a role to play. If they were innocent, they would have had something to say a long time ago.
Okay, so Kylie, Nazir, who is this guy? This is the only person I don't know the name. Dejanay, Elise, I'm sure I'm not saying her name right, and Winter. So this is the only person I don't have. Have we ever known his name? Does anybody know this guy's name? Who is this dude? All right, so anyway, let's go and get finished here.
They had something to say that day. If they had nothing at all to do, outside of that guy to keep going live and doing his little spiel and all that, the people still ain't believing him because other things are coming out about this character. So that's definitely something worth looking at right there. I wish the mom would have actually gave more information. Was it a male caller? Was it a female caller? Give us a little bit more context.
Yeah, she did say they.
Thinking like that because right now she's thinking all of them are guilty. Yeah. I don't think she even felt like, hey, I gotta say it was a man or it was a woman. Like in her mind, she just like, hell, they all guilty. Lock them all up. I'm with her on that for sure. So y'all let me know how y'all feel, man. Y'all drop them comments. Let me know who do y'all think actually made that crazy phone call to the mom, guys. Like who?
All right, so that we give a shout out to the Lionel B show. Yeah, okay, so that's cool. We can check him out. I'll give him that was a pretty good video there. Nice little bite-sized morsel, 8 minutes and 52 minutes. Y'all know I do like those little, I like that kind of little stuff there. I appreciate his commentary, what he did there. Good video. All right, so I got some more comments down here. Let me just go find where I had left off at and do this back. Here we go. Jinju said, the crazy thing is I'm the sort of person who gets excited when a friend is doing well and elevate them to even do more. Yet they hate on me. Trifling, I'm a ride solo now and just have God on my side. Wow. Wow. I know how you feel too. And that's why I go back to the whole thing about the look, listen, and feel, because all right, so okay, you said the crazy thing, you get excited for the people, right? And you think that's gonna help. Like you feel like, okay, I'm not jealous of you, right? That's how you thinking. But the person that is given to envy and jealousy, that's not how they're looking at it. So it's not about you riding solo. You want to ride with somebody who's like you, right? Who is positive and has a good esteem about themselves, so they're not going to be jealous of anything that you're doing. So that's what it's about. That's what it's about. So yeah, don't feel that way. Don't feel that way, Gin Juice. Don't feel that way. Yep. We just have to remember keeping our circles, like you want to make sure that you are surrounded by people surrounded by people who are doing better than you, right? And you never want to listen to anybody who isn't doing better than you. If they're not doing better than you, what are you listening to them for, right? They still on their quest, right? So that's why you want to make sure that kind of stuff too. And then too, if they're not doing better than you, chances are they could definitely be envious of you, and especially if you're further along on your road there. And Tanika said, Gin Juice, I feel you. That's how I roll. Yeah. Yeah. And I would say that I, in the past, would roll that way too. I do, it's very limited, but yeah. The ideal is to get into a space where, you are surrounded more like people like yourself, right? Because you're good, healthy, and healed, and that's what you're attracting. So you're not worried about attracting one of these, crazy narcissists that's going to bring toxic energy into your life. I think that's what most of us are, concerned about. Once you've gotten out of an abusive relationship, a toxic relationship, the concern really be, you looking at yourself thinking like, how did I fall for that, right? And you want to, be able to know so you don't end up making the same mistake again. But sometimes, we have to recycle. We have to repeat the class again. So we end up meeting the same person, but in a different body, right? All right, so me going down these little comments here. Vanessa Jones says, I just hate Shanquella. Good friend didn't tell her about these no good friends. Shanquella Robinson has to get justice. This is a sad situation. I think about it every day, all day. Such a beautiful soul. Yes, I totally feel you too, I totally feel you. Yep. It's been a very, very emotional, very emotional. Yeah, and especially when we see these videos and stuff like that, and to know that we're in a position where we have to just be patient and wait to know if we're going to get justice or not. It's not a fun feeling. Yes. Jennifer Harvey. Okay. The mother did not mention if the caller was male or female. or where the call came from. I'm curious as to who called. I agree. I noticed that she said they. So they to me usually indicates plural, right? Or, or maybe she didn't know if it was male or female. I don't know. Because she didn't say she called or he called. She didn't say he or she called. She said they. They called. Good one too. I had picked that up too, Jennifer. I'm glad you brought that up because I was, thinking I didn't know if I wanted to say something about it or not, but I'm glad you did. That's why it's good that we, put these comments and questions out there too. And I'm reading them because a lot of times, if you just wait, your question will be asked by somebody else, or a question that you was thinking about, somebody will put it out there. Let's see here. Jinju says at Tanika Teal's, best way to be, sis. Okay, y'all supporting this here. Now I'm gonna get my way. I'm gonna say for sure. We want to just build us a community. We build us a community. Like even this here feels good. Us meeting together in our little virtual community here. Virtual community. Let's see here. That's okay. I saw that. Thank y'all so much for pointing that out. Okay, Jackie Barty. Yep. Thank y'all. Ernie Williams says Malik, the guy with the plait on his head, is Malik. Forgive my misspelling. Oh, it's all good. I get you. All right. So our next video is from I don't remember who I said. Anyway, it should be on the title. But let me see here. Oops. Queen Sheba. All right. So let me see here. All right. Oops. Yeah. Let me pull it back though. All right. This one is a little bit longer, but it's good. I didn't finish it. I like to, do it, with y'all together and stuff. But I just check out a little bit something and we've gone through a video of hers before. I know because I'm a sub. So anyway, and I'm vouching for it. So here we go. Queen Sheba, and this one is let me get this commercial finished up here. All right. Timeline reveals Cablo 6 sat with body for 8 hours. Wow. So that really intrigued me on that one there. Let me get that. One more comment. Jinju says, I feel Khalil in my mind is the worst of the whole group. He used and abused Shanquella. He's the one who walked in front of her when she was looking for them in the villa. He lured her to them. I remember that was the video when she was saying, where y'all hoes at? It don't take that long to get naked. Is that what you're talking about? And I wonder if he was the voice that took the video saying, we got our first body. Was that Khalil too? Somebody let me know if that one is that. So we need to be writing down these here facts. We doing something, y'all here. Oh, wow. Okay. So, yeah. Wow. Rebel Ma'am said, exactly, Jen Juice. Everybody's saying yes. Jennifer said, I agree. I felt the same way when I saw that clip. Wow. Man, y'all, ooh. Okay. All right. So now we about to see here from Queen Sheba, timeline reviews. Yep, it was. Okay. Y'all, thank y'all so much. Okay. I'm feeling it. Like, this is happening here. We are doing it. All right. So here's our next video. Before we get started, I'm going to say Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for the purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, education, and research. And here we go. Share screen. I love that. Look at this. These are braids and it's beautiful. Look at that. That's so beautiful. I love the makeup. I love this here pic. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, here we go.
On some updates in research, not even updates, let me just say some research that I was able to do regarding the Shanquella Robinson case.
I love research.
I'm now suspicious and believe there's more to this. And this is just my personal belief. I've taken this stance since day one. But let's review these items together and walk through the timeline of death using some information I was able to find to better narrow down some timelines, which may be helpful to you. But before I jump in, here's what we're going to review together.
All right.
We're going to review the timeline of death. We're going to review Nazir Wiggins.
Okay.
We're going to review Lucy the maid and that villa property.
Mm. Ooh. I like it. Yay, good job, Queen
Good
Sheba.
job.
Uh-oh.
Even two and are crazy busy.
It's gonna mute it in the. Here we go. Okay. Wow. Okay. I think we about to be in for something. I'm excited about this. And what I'm really excited about is because I did not know that, I was going to come to the conclusion that Kylie is the mastermind behind it, the one, doing all the thing, So wow, this is making sense. I'm excited. And see, Ernie Williams says that's right. Yes, it was Kylie that led her there. Ooh. Wow. Wow, this is, I don't know how y'all feel about this. I don't know. Okay, so let's go on and get finished up here. Let's see. Oops.
And everything that we're going to review. And here are going to be the key points that I'm going to bring into these items. Number one, Shanquella Robinson passed early in the morning.
Okay.
Number two, no one involved in this story is telling the whole truth.
All right.
I said no one.
Yeah.
Number three, the villa. There is something suspicious about this property. Number four, Lucy the maid. She's a key component to all of this, and I'll share my thoughts on that. And last but not least, Nazir Wiggins. What is his actual level of involvement to this case?
All right. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did we hear her call out Kylie's name? So she's not suspicious. She's thinking Nazir. I didn't remember. Did she call out? Anyway, we're about to see. Let's get on back to it. Ooh, this is the uncomfortable part. So let me just give the disclaimer too. If this is triggering for anybody, we all here knowing that we shining a light on this. That's why we speaking out. So we're gonna, be seeing these images frequently. So if this is triggering for anybody, we giving out roses and hugs. And this will be the time that maybe you might not want to continue on with us. But here we go for justice for Shanquella Robinson.
Let's jump in. Shanquella Robinson passed away early in the morning. She did not pass away in the PM.
Yeah,
I know we're being told that.
Yeah.
She did not pass away in the PM.
Wow.
I've said this from day one, but I am going to show you something. I'm going to show and review with you some supporting evidence to support my theory. Let's talk about what we know. We know that Shanquella Robinson passed away on October 29th, sometime between 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. Initially, it was being circulated that she passed away at 3 p.m. I'm going to tell you now, take 3 p.m. out of your brain, throw it away. It is not true. If you take a look at this photo, the sun is rising in this photo. If you can't gather it from this photo, go back and watch the video. You can see the sun rising in the background. There's a sliver of yellow. And then if you look on the wall,
on the
behind the bedpost, you can see the sun rising and setting in on the wall.
She see it.
On October 29th at 7:23 a.m., the sun rose in Cabo San Lucas.
Ooh, she got
Sometime
real
shortly.
receipts. Look at that, y'all. She got the real receipts. Yes, yes. Thank you, Queen Sheba. Yes, yes, yes. Wow. Wow.
They entered her room based on this photo, the way the sun is positioned and the way the sun is rising. Based on this photo, we can determine that they entered her room sometime right after 7:23 a.m., and they attacked her. And we have that on video.
Yeah.
So if you need to, go back and watch the video. But I researched this information, and as you can see from the different pictures that I have highlighted here, the sun rose at 7:23 a.m. This now places us with the time of death closer to 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Between 7:38 a.m. to 7:50 a.m. How did I get there? We know they woke her up out of her sleep. Let's just, if we're going to go with what the authorities believe, that Dejanay dealt the final and deadly blow.
Yeah, we saw it.
And Shanquella passed away 15 minutes after her injury. That places us at 7:38 a.m.
Wow.
At 15 to 7:23. You come up with 7:38 a.m. However, I've added some time. I gave us about, just a little bit of time because I'm not 100% accurate on the exact minute.
99.5.
But I strongly believe that the time of death was closer to 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Lucy, the maid, claims to have found Shanquella around noon.
Wow.
That places us close to 4 hours later. The doctor claims to have arrived to the villa around 3 p.m.
Look here. IV unsuccessful, cardiac arrest, seizures. Wow. Wow, 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 wow.
That's a total of 7 hours that they sat with her body without getting her help, even without getting her help before picking up the phone to call anyone. 7 hours. I am now inclined, and I strongly believe this was planned.
Yeah.
They wanted to ensure that she was gone. Otherwise, when she went into convulsions, they should have jumped on that phone and called 911. Secondly, I said no one is telling the whole truth. We now know that Nazir is not telling the entire truth based on this timeline. We can safely assume that to some extent, all parties involved have not revealed the intimate details of what happened in order to protect themselves. All parties involved, including those outside of the Cabo Six, failed to notify authorities in a reasonable amount of time. And I mean everyone, even if they're being depicted as a good guy. No one is a hero in the story. Every single person failed Shanquella.
Yeah.
I believe there are pawns in this case, and I believe there are key players. However, that does not excuse anyone from not calling 911. Okay? Now, Lucy, the maid, unfortunately did not call 911. The corrupt doctor, the corrupt officials did not escalate and call someone else to get him.
See, that's how we know for sure that there was no corrupt doctor. There was no corrupt there. These people weren't there. This is the story that the maid and this villa people had to make up, because it's impossible that a real first responder would have come there and did, all this makeup stuff about trying to start an IV and gave 14 rounds of adrenaline, all these phony, stuff that's not even in the right, vocabulary. It's not even correct, right? So I'm just like, this is really shedding some light on the whole, how deep this thing goes. Like, I think the maid was probably the one that led them to the, right people to pay to get this covered up, to get the excuse, right? Wow. Wow, 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 wow. All right, so let me get a few little of these comments here. Said Ernie Williams said, that's right. Yes, it was Kylie that led her there. And Rebel Ma'am says, Kylie best friend does nothing physical, but films, comments, goes back to her mom's for dinner. Wow. Yeah. Jinju says, they went to the club after they took her life. Disgusting. And from the info that first came out in the second week was that they left her body at the villa and stayed at a hotel close to the airport. Wow. Jinju says, the night before they left. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. Tanika Tiller says, I was saying that Quella had been gone long before any help came, but those nutcases had no intentions of getting her help. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure, it happened so fast, right? So we saw how quickly the back and the neck injury happened. So imagine 15 minutes top after that. So probably around like the 5 or 6 minute mark, she possibly would have already blacked out. But 15 minutes is, that's not a long time. But I'm sure as long you're there, having to suffer like that, just cruel. But yeah. Jinju says, watch there be a movie about her demise called The Carbo 6. Yes, we should write it, y'all, so we should write it. And yeah. Thank you, Quilla. Even in death, you can't keep a good woman down. She was a beautiful and accomplished woman. Yes, she was. Yes, she was. Yes, she was. Yes. All right, Sneaker, I agree. Yes. All right, so we getting through this, y'all. We got some more time on this video. But I want to give it up to Queen Sheba. This is excellent work, and it's really, still making this whole thing change around for us and bringing more like, looking at different people and stuff. Now we have a new name, Malik, that, is still just kind of a minor player, not too much information on the character, Yes. So for writing this book.
Involved. Let's talk about the villa.
Let me do this.
There is something that does not sit well with me regarding this property. I will go into detail in a few moments. This is a cluster of villas that's centrally located in one area, okay? In my opinion, which is total speculation, I believe and I suspect things have happened or things do happen at this villa, if you get my drift.
Yeah.
Now, if things happen at this villa, I'm inclined, and I've now become somewhat curious and suspicious about who really owns these villas in Mexico.
Yeah.
All right, let's focus on Lucy the maid. I stated earlier that I believe that she's a key component to all of this. Okay.
Yeah, why?
Let's go into detail
Okay.
about Lucy the maid. So here's some facts. Lucy is the maid at that villa. She's been a maid for quite some time at that villa. Lucy came forward approximately 4 weeks after Shanquella's death.
Ooh.
I want to outline a few items for you to take into consideration. The Cabo Six concocted a plan to allow someone else to find Shanquella's body after they killed her. Based on new updates, we can now conclude together that they dressed her and moved Shanquella's body at least twice. I'll get into that. Lucy has given a formal statement that she found Shanquella's body in the bedroom.
Okay, so, all right, so that's why, so she gave a statement, said she found the body in the bedroom. That's why I don't believe that they did anything to the body because, okay, like I said, I've, nursed for over 30 years, and the time I spent working with these paralysis patients, being paralyzed from the neck down, it is not easy to dress those bodies. I remember like when, we had to get them dressed to go to the doctor's appointment, do something where we had to get dressed and leave out, right? Dressing a quadriplegic is extremely difficult. That's not easy. And I don't think, especially with her having those injuries like that, I don't think anybody was trying to do too much manipulation with her body because you don't know what it's like to see a head that's not attached to the body. Like, you can, remember when I was telling y'all about when I was working in surgery and we used to do the organ harvest. We didn't actually do it, but we assisted the organ people when they came in there because they were using our surgical spots. But anyway, what I wanted to say is that when they do a complete harvest, they take out the bones and everything. So it's just, they leave the skin, but in the skull intact, for the, the funeral. But the rest of the body is like a onesie, right? So if they would, they would have seen how, traumatized that body was, and then for them to try to dress it, I don't think that's what's happening. And then here, if the maid said she found the body in the bedroom and that's where the attack took place, I'm, betting that I don't believe anybody, because trying to move the dead weight and then with the injury like that would have been super freaky. And I don't see anybody, like I said, when I had the one, I had actual spinal cord injury patient that had an axis injury too, and his head was, off of the body. So we had to be super careful because, it's not attached to the neck. So it's like, you don't want that to, so yeah, I don't think they moved the body and dressed and did all the stuff that they say. I think those are lies, because it would have been hard. Like, that's a lot of work trying to dress a paralyzed body. And then they had a paralyzed injured body too. I think the maid finding the body in the bedroom is more likely. All right, let's go on here.
She alerted the Cabo Six that something was wrong with Shanquella, using the words or phrases somewhat along the lines as your friend may not be okay, or there's something wrong with your friend. Also, in her formal statement, her exact words were, "The body was stiff and cold."
Wow.
Now, I cover rigor mortis in my last video. Feel free to go back and listen to it. I have a few other videos. I would like to say this. Before anyone has spoken with Lucy, before anyone has spoken with anybody's family, I called a lot of this stuff out in my previous videos. But because it was speculation and based on my own assessment, it wasn't substantiated, right? So her exact words were, "The body was stiff and cold."
The Rhythmia HDX mapping system supports a full portfolio.
All right. Yeah, but let her get her commercial in there too. Yeah, okay. So we had some the kid 574 said, "I'm all for banning tourism to Mexico." I know him. Because it sounds like, these kind of things, they have this little secret society of this kind of, underground, undercover type of stuff. And we already know it's super corrupt and all that. And if this could potentially happen where people could go unalive you over there and leave you behind, and yeah. So, and then nothing happened. They get to come back over here to America and walk around like nothing happened. Like, you didn't just do that there. So, yeah, I agree. Something make them listen. All right. And then Ernie Williams says, very well done, Queen Sheba. Yes, I agree. I agree with that. It's well done. I'm excited, that we have another video from her. Jennifer Harvey says, I feel like I heard Zuinga say that the maid found her where she fell in the video. I suspect she found her nude. Yes, I agree. Like I said, I know. And I used to dread having to get those bodies dressed. I used to call them my little faces, my little heads, because you know, yeah, it wasn't easy to pull on a pair of pants and the shirt and having to put shoes. I mean, it is work. It's work. It's work. It's work. It's work. So that's why I agree. I think she was found. How they left her just like that, because just who was going to be willing to say, yeah, I don't see them being that. Nah. I agree with you. Jennifer Harvey says, the value of human life is different there. Not an excuse, just a reality. Exactly. Like yesterday, I was showing y'all that video of, all of the many femicides in Mexico. And Mexico was number 5 on the list of countries that had a high rate of femicide. And, that they weren't prosecuting their people there, like they was able to do as many femicides as they need to do on these women, and nobody was caring. Like they just getting away with it. It was just piling up. So I was saying how if they're not even punishing their own people for femicide, what makes us think that they're going to do anything about some American people, some Black American people doing this to a Black American female, right? So yeah, that's I was thinking that too. So, and I showed y'all that one video that did all the little stuff on it. So here we go, skipping that, and let's get back to the Queen here.
They're dressing Shanquella. They positioned her body to be found in the room. We don't know where they placed her body in the room. We do know that Lucy did not say that she found Shanquella naked. So we can accurately assume that they did dress her in that room, and they positioned her to be able to support the alcohol poisoning story, which is a cover-up story. Now, listen to me closely.
And the other reason why I'm going to quickly disagree with that is because if they were paying for the cover-up story, I don't think they would have went through the struggle of trying to dress the body, move the body, and do all that stuff. It would have been too much work. Y'all really don't know the difficulty, the struggle in dressing a body. It's work, right? And then other people would have been like, they already disgusted at the fact that we didn't, y'all didn't got us involved in this here stuff. So that's the other reason. Oh, got a comment here. Jennifer says the value of human. Okay, I did that one. I don't know how I got. Okay, here is the new one. She is the #1 prosecutor. The Queen Sheba here. All right, so let's go on and get back here. Finish this up.
I believe Lucy. I have no reason to doubt her. But I want you to ask yourselves one question. Forget what I believe. Forget everything. Just based on what's right and what's wrong. Did it ever occur to you to ask yourselves, how come Lucy did not call authorities and/or notify the villa? According to Lucy, she found Shanquella stiff and cold. She told Shanquella's friends. How come Lucy did not notify the property?
Yeah. And don't y'all think that's kind of brave of Lucy? Like, if you a housekeeper and you walk and you find a stiff, cold body, I don't know. Like I would be fearful for my life. I don't, like I would be scared. Like I don't know. Like I don't know. But hey, okay. Cold.
I believe there are things going on at this property or things that have gone on at this property. And could it be, this is just a hypothetical question, could it be that Lucy knows better than to get involved and call the authorities?
Yeah.
When you think about a true reaction to discovering a dead body, the first reaction is panic and fear.
Thank you.
According to Lucy, the body was stiff and cold. Imagine if you walked in and found someone in this condition and you've never seen anything like this before.
But if you used to seeing this kind of stuff, maybe she's like, hey, me got answer. You know what I mean? Dinero, and she come up with the answer or whatever for them to give me the money, and these people give you the story, what they're gonna tell the authorities, right? Because I know, like, I would have been like worried. Like, I don't think I would have been in there, I would have tried to figure out how I can get out of there and call the authorities or something. I would have been worried for myself, like, but this ain't no, this seemed like a little everyday little something for Lucy, where she, hey, by the way, your friend's in there cold and stiff. You need some assistance there? Hang on a second. All right. So let's get back to it here.
Your natural reaction would be to escalate. Okay, it is not normal to find a dead body and go on about your day.
This kind of thing happens to me
all the time. I want you all to really consider that. Now, consider this. Could this villa be owned and operated by some people that causes other people to fear?
Oh my goodness.
Doing the right thing? Okay.
Wow.
That's all that I have for Miss Lucy. So in this scenario, that was the first time they moved her body or repositioned her body based on how Lucy found her. And Lucy did not say that Shanquella was naked, so we can assume she was dressed. Nor does Nazir mention Shanquella being naked when he arrived at the villa.
Hi, are you the smartest woman?
Sorry again. Okay, let's go ahead and get some more of these here comments there. Oh, y'all putting them all there and they're starting to move fast. Here we go. Jennifer says, I feel like I heard Zuinga say that the maid found her where she fell in the video. I suspect she found her nude. Yes, I agree with you on that. Like I said, yeah. The chances of the odds of that happening, I don't. Yeah, I think that they left her how she laid. Let's see here. She says the value of human life is different there, not to excuse just the reality. And again, yep, that is so true. And Vanessa Jones says she is the #1 prosecutor. Okay, I feel like I've read these before. Hey, Courtney. Mr. Zuinga said in another YouTuber's video that they found her sitting up in that position. Okay, exactly. Once she felt like that, that was it. I don't believe, yeah, that was it. 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 I don't think anybody touched her after that. And Max says, I'm pretty sure somewhere in the housekeeping handbook, if you see a deceased body in a room, call 911 and notify supervisor. I agree with you. But, like they said, they do things differently over there. Maybe they didn't have a handbook. Just do as you feel. And G&Ju says, street justice is better than no justice for the Cabo 6 psychopaths. Uh-oh. All right. Let's see. Jennifer Harvey says, she was telling them they had to clean up their own mess. You know what? Probably right. Probably right. You know, she didn't see probably most of these little bodies or whatever like that. And she like, no, me no clean. No, I'm just not. I'm just joking, y'all. But yeah, I could see you on that there. All right. Vanessa Jones said, so how did Lucy know who were in the room to be able to go and track them down? I didn't understand that either. But in America, we found a deceased body. We're calling the 911. Exactly. Jinju says Shanquella's doctor is called Katrina and has gone into hiding. What? However, I went to her Twitter and Instagram page and dragged her like a dog before she made her account private. Jen Juice. Woo. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get finished with this here. All right, so here we read the disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 under the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for the purpose such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Here we go. Let's finish up this here video by the Queen She.
Viewpoint that I have. Nazir Wiggins. What is his level of involvement? How is he involved? How involved is he? I'm sorry. We know he's involved. The question is, how involved is he? Okay. We also need to know the level of knowledge he has or had regarding Shanquella's death. I believe that Nazir is giving us 50% truths and 50% supporting evidence of the sunrise, the formal airline time.
I messed up here. Let me get back to the share the screen. I done got up in here twice. Let me make this right. Or maybe I'm over here. I done messed up, y'all. Okay, do y'all see me? Let me see what I'm looking like over here. Okay. All right, share the screen. Okay, so we go over here. Share the screen. There. All right. Am I sharing the screen? Please say I'm sharing the screen. Oh, I got the wrong share though. There we go. Okay, I am. Here we go. Uh-oh. Sorry, y'all. One of these I got to cut off. Let me make sure that I'm not. Okay, let me see. Bear with me, y'all. I'm struggle streaming here. Okay, so I got this on here twice. All right, let me get this off here. Close. See what happens. I'm surprised nobody is LOLing in the chat here. Okay, so let me go back over here to stop sharing the screen. Yeah. All right, now. Okay, so I'm going to just start over by opening back up the video here from Queen Sheba. All right, there, go there.
Actually went with the cover.
All right. Okay, here we go. About to get back in action here. All right, there we go. Booyah. All right. And
up story.
Excellent. Here we go.
Okay, the story that he's been telling on his live videos. Now let's get to him saying that when he got to the villa that Shanquella was alive. That's not true.
All right, so put a 1 in the chat if y'all can see and hear this. So I had to close out something, just making sure we all are able to see and hear. I need to see a 1 in the chat.
Based on the supporting evidence of the sunrise, the formal airline times, which I'm going to show you, we now know that he's not being truthful. Shanquella was already gone when Nazir arrived to that villa.
Thank you.
In one of Nazir's live videos, he said that she was alive when he got there. Then he changed it. He even hinted that the group called someone here in the United States in the healthcare industry. Now, he did not use the word healthcare industry. What he said is whoever the person was told them that it could be alcohol poisoning. So who would have that level of knowledge? Okay. And I believe it was someone, I believe it was someone that probably is in the healthcare industry or has a healthcare background who may have coached them into using the alcohol theory, the alcohol poisoning story. So the authorities should be trying to find that person by way of phone records, lock them up. Because if you're a healthcare professional and you help them cover this up by giving them a story to run with, that's against the law. And their license should be revoked.
Right. And okay, that's absolutely right. And that's why I don't believe that these were real healthcare professionals because of how elementary the language sounded. The verbiage was all wrong. Like a real nurse wouldn't have said we gave 14 rounds of adrenaline. Like no one even calls it that. And then a real nurse wouldn't be walking around with cardiac CPR drugs on them. Like no one walks around with that. And nobody is going to start and perform CPR by themselves without first initiating the emergency response. That's part of it. You call 911. You get the AED. You start. That's how it goes. Like it's not even how it's said. So I'm thinking that the people that they're saying are doctors and stuff are fake. Like a real doctor wouldn't. A real doctor. How many of y'all have went to the doctor's office and the doctor spent 3 hours, actually working with you? Exactly. No doctor's going to do that. And two, how many times have you went to the doctor and you told the doctor what to do as far as to care for, the person who's taken to the doctor? That doesn't work. Doctors don't barely listen to the nurses for some suggestions. They're not listening to none of these lay people for real. All right, so let's go on and get finished up here. But yes, she's right. If a real doctor or a real nurse actually wrote this stuff or did any of this stuff, they should definitely have their license revoked. But I don't believe that a person who did the work to get a license would write something as, silly like that. It would have been written more believable. It would have been more believable.
Now, here's the flight schedule that left from Charlotte, North Carolina on October 29th.
Go on, Queen Sheba.
Keep in mind, these times do not change unless there is a flight delayed or canceled.
Right.
So you can actually go on your computer and type it in yourself.
Wow.
Just be sure to select a Saturday because Nazir left from Charlotte on a Saturday. Flight schedules remain the same from 6 months to a year, unless there's a delay and or a cancellation. Now, I don't know for a fact if he actually flew American Airlines, but I was able to do a process of elimination. Okay. You go through. I was able to do a process of elimination by his own admittance of saying when he landed in Cabo. So I took all of the flights around that time, and there's only a few.
Okay.
Based on those times, and in combination with the time that he said he arrived to the villa, I have to say, okay, if he landed at this time, because he went on record claiming to have arrived at the villa at 3:16. I don't believe that based on these flight times. Okay, let me go back. I'm getting ahead of myself. I skipped the point. One thing that it's important for you to know, he may have landed around 2 p.m. Okay. If he landed at around 2 p.m., because I remember him saying 2:16. He was very specific. So these flights are about 2:29 p.m. And I said, you know what? Okay, it's fair. Maybe he did get in 13 minutes early. It takes about 30 minutes to clear customs. We're going to add 30 minutes to that. And then he said that it took him an hour to get to the villa because there was traffic. Well, I want you to know that the driving distance between the villa and the airport is 30 minutes. Okay.
I took Kaden to the doctor.
Right.
He thought it was just growing pains.
Wow. Okay. I like her. She does some very good research. I'm loving it. Jinju says Malik and Khalid been messing with that Atlanta trade. They're the ones hiding the rest. Atlanta trade. Okay, I don't know anything about that. I hadn't heard anything, or I don't know what that is. If that's something that's already out. Let's see here. Courtney Taylor says, I also seen in another YouTubers that Nazir was accused of. Oh yeah, I had someone else has brought that up too. Someone. All right, so we had one. So everybody was saying things was good. Thank y'all so much. Okay. Johnny Ayers, a new name here. Nazir never talked about what was discussed when they all decided to leave the B&B and go to another hotel, or what was discussed on their way back to the U.S. Wow. All right. I hope you guys are clicking that like button when you come up in here. And to you new people, please consider subscribing to the All Around Natural Beauty RN channel. And thank you so much. Max says that this is why I hope the U.S. takes over the case. Exactly. Me too. There are too many technicals in this cover-up. Tentacles in this cover-up. Everyone involved are at minimum accessories after the fact. Exactly. Yep. Yes, exactly. Yeah, and that's my other reason too, because if Mexico is consumed with all of this corruption, why are we thinking that we're going to get a fair, somebody, they're going to do something about, I think our best hope is that they planned it here and we can get them all over here. I think, because they are only asking for one person, or that's what they're telling us anyway. So. All right. Johnny says another YouTuber mentioned that CPR isn't even given. Yeah. Wow. And Johnny says another YouTuber mentioned that CPR isn't even given or done when someone is suffering alcohol poisoning. But the reason why they would have, let me just go ahead and get this queued up.
You're also
sorry. The reason why the CPR would have been performed is because if you get to the scene and you don't see any signs of life, you've stopped, look, listen, and feel for respiration, signs of life, you are supposed to, initiate the CPR. So, yeah, there's no checking for alcohol poisoning because you got to do step one. Whenever you do a triage, you do the urgent stuff first. They wouldn't have even gotten to the alcohol poisoning because they would have saw that there was no signs of life. So either we trying to do some CPR here, but if she's already cold and stiff, at that point, you just you're calling for, it's not things is over. So that CPR isn't even given or done. So you're saying that they don't do CPR over there, or it's not done for alcohol poisoning, but CPR should have been started because she would have had no signs of respiration. Winter was the only one who knew how to speak Spanish. Oh, what was her communication like with the doctor or the staff? Okay, so that's interesting to know. I was wondering who, if anybody did speak Spanish over there to get the whole little setup going and stuff. Interesting. Great one there. Thank you so much for putting that out there. All right, so we coming in for a landing on this video, y'all. Thanks for bearing with me. Let's go. Let's get finished up here.
He said with his own mouth that he got there before the doctor, which leads me to conclude he arrived much earlier than he's sharing. There's no way you could have arrived at 2 something and did all of that and still get there in an hour after you arrived. Actually, 45 minutes, because you said you got there at 3:45. So either customs treated you like a VIP and let you slide through. So you're not, I don't believe he got there at that time. I think he may have taken an earlier flight or got there earlier. Or he's not being truthful about the outline of events. Either way.
Yeah, because somebody else had pointed out that he is the one walking in the video that Shanquella had put on her Instagram when she's saying, where y'all hoes at? It don't take that long to get naked. That this guy was the person that walked in front of her camera view. Right? Are we all in agreement with that, y'all? Oh, okay, here we got us a new name. Hey, Ree, still loon. I really feel that the girl had to be deceased. Why did the doctor not just call the police? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't believe that there was no doctor. I think the maid, got her posse together, her people or whatever, and they just made this stuff up. They made the stuff up because we also saw that the one death report that they sent in was like a veterinary document, right? Yeah. So, they probably, I think that was part of the whole cover up. They used fake doctors and nurses. Like they weren't real people to do that. They was, it was fake. It's part of the cover up. Yeah. No doctor would have, even made the cover up like that. A doctor would have probably just said, okay, the person was DOA, I don't think they would have known not to make up a story about when it happened, right? Because let me just say this, all right? So I worked in the hospital for many years too. When sometimes, okay, so when I worked on like the response team, like I worked in the ICU. So whenever there was an emergency in the hospital, the ICU nurses, we were the ICE team or the code team, different names, different hospitals. So sometimes, we get called for the code blue. Code blue is when somebody's, is checking out, and that means they need to get everybody down there to do emergency. We're going to do CPR. If the person is a candidate to get resuscitated, we're going to do the thing, right? So sometimes we've gotten down there to the room where they've called the code, and it's obvious that the patient has already checked out. Like this ain't no new something. There's a certain look, right? You can tell when the person has checked out because they'll you can see the ghost, right? They'll be more pale, the stiffness, So one of the questions we usually ask, like, when's the last time you make rounds on your patient? Because they've been gone for a little minute. So all that to say was that by the time any of them got there, she was already gone, and it was just part of the cover-up story, more than likely. Jinju says, Judas 2022. This is the story of Judas who broke bread with Jesus and betrayed him at the same time. Yeah. And that Kylie dude being the Judas, since he was, wow. Deep. Great title. And Courtney Taylor says, no, they said it was Kylie who came out of nowhere when he heard some word. Okay. Thank you for clearing that up. Like I said, I'm still trying to make sure I'm pinning the right names on these people. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So then he was, really late then. Here we go. Some more questions here. Reed says, I woke in Prattville Care for 4 years, right? We we know. Oh, palliative care. Yes, I'm sorry, I didn't. I worked in palliative care for 4 years, right? We know that exactly. Yeah, palliative care. I feel for y'all. That's all they do is experience. They do end of life care for people. So their part of their work is people transitioning, and that's good for good for you. That's a noble area to work in. It's a hard to because you're giving care to the patient's family. So nursing is a big sorry y'all, a big thing. It's a whole bunch involved in there. Okay, another new name, Nicole Kegeres. See, all right, says, I really feel like it was Kylie in that video that Shanquella took looking through the villa. That's what I thought too, but again, I had thought that was him on the video saying, Quilla, can you at least fight back? And now, everyone's saying that was Kylie. So, okay, so yeah, that's right. I got it mixed up. I keep still getting these their names mixed up. Kylie and Nazir, two different people. This is Nazir that we're looking at on the screen here. All right. Johnny says there's also appears to be a medication or prescription bottle on the nightstand next to Shanquella's bed in the video. Okay, let's go and get back to this video here. Thank you, Johnny.
He's not disclosing full detail, and he should be or should receive a punishment, okay? Based on the flight schedule, based on the account that the doctor got there about 3:16. So you mean to tell me you were walking in the door the same time as the doctor? Then what about all of this other surrounding details that you've given us about how you rubbed her head? How did you do all of that while the doctor was working on her?
Put her on her side.
Okay, because we already know she was gone about 8 a.m.
Wow.
Between 7:30 8 a.m. It's about 8 a.m. All right, y'all get what I'm saying? Basically, I'm saying he's not telling the truth. It's about 50-50. He's given us half truths, mostly lies. So let's close this thing out. Cabo 6 is a very sick and bold group of individuals. We know they dressed Shanquella's body and they moved her at least 2 times. Let me go back.
We disagree with that.
The reason why I said they moved her 2 times, if I have not said it already, the doctor claims that when she got there, Shanquella was in the game room and so did Nazir. He made that.
So we disagreeing with that because we're ruling that out there. I'm totally disagreeing with that.
That same claim, okay? So after Lucy found her and Lucy did not call authorities, they then moved her again. So they're a very sick and bold group of individuals. They sat with her body for close to 7 hours. They then called the U.S. and spoke to someone who may be in the healthcare industry. And they asked that person for advice and they were coached on what to do and what to say. They then flew back to the United States of America after taking her money, after receiving a refund from the villa, after paying off authorities and the doctor. They returned to the United States of America. They handed her mother her luggage. After it was rummaged through, they kept her cell phone, okay, which tells me there's something that could possibly be important on that cell phone.
Yeah.
While they were sitting with her mother, they went as far as planning their outfits to wear to the funeral home.
Despicable.
You can't get any sicker than that.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's continue to pray for swift justice.
Yes.
Because we can't make this kind of stuff up. I'm still personally concerned regarding the amount of time that it's taking for them to bring this to justice. If there's no other components to this, y'all, this should be an open and shut case. So you have to ask yourself, what's really going on? Because I've asked myself that too. The family of Shanquella feels like they're not getting what they need from the FBI. So please, let's continue to demand justice
Yes.
and pray for this family and demand full prosecution for the Cabo Six.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Wow, that was excellent. Appreciate that from the Queen Sheba. That was excellent, excellent, excellent information. Let's see. So maybe on one of the other videos that we put out there, we're gonna be on the lookout for a prescription bottle. According to Johnny, there appears to be a medication or a prescription bottle on the nightstand next to Shanquella's bed in the video. I didn't, like I said, I don't get this little small details until it was noted to me. So I'm gonna be on the lookout for that now. Thank you so much. Anybody else noted that medication bottle? I know we had someone said they saw somebody standing in the corner, and I thought it was just a lampshade, but yeah. Vanessa Jones says, Quilla was deceased because they said she has lost control of her bowels. Yeah. Courtney Taylor says, at Johnny Aries, I also seen the pill bottle. They could have drugged her before the fight. Yeah. All right. Najinju says the 5K was to buy new airline tickets to fly back to the U.S. Cold-blooded demons. Wow. All right. And Reese says, my guess is that they realized she was deceased. Dejanay is a nursing student. She probably called in a panic. Yeah. Because I'm sure, probably wasn't expecting it to be over that quick, Wasn't expecting it to be over that quick. And maybe that's why they keep trying to, say that there's a second tape and that Winter body slammed her to try to throw some of the blame off on other people. But when we all saw that, it's impossible that anybody could have done anything else after what Dejanay did, So, yeah, starting to get pretty interesting here. Pretty interesting. And I can imagine, because it happened so fast, or it probably wasn't even satisfying to, it was probably expecting to have it be more but after her being thrown to the floor, neck and back broken, you see that there's, it's over, and it's like, ooh, okay, I don't know, I don't know. Nicole says crossing that international border was a calculated move to make it hard for them to sit in a Mexican jail all this time. Yeah. And I was saying that too, like we were saying earlier, that, a lot of these cold cases or unsolved cases, they do these things to make it more difficult for the authorities by taking the person's body from their residential state and, dropping it off in a state that's 2 or 3 states over, in another area. So now it goes to who's going to be responsible for, doing the investigation and all this stuff. And we have to realize that, these people are just doing their job. So it's not like they're just trying to make sure they get justice for every body that they get. People start to feel unsensitive to things when things pile up. Like if you see a ton of bodies, then you're not as sensitive as if you only just saw 1 or 2, right? The more you see it, the less it, bothers you and stuff. So it's so easy for them to just, sweep it under the carpet and call it a cold case. However, we keeping up this whole thing with this justice for Shanquella, keeping the light on, keeping the energy and the focus on this case to, actually get some justice. So I think I got a few more videos here. And how y'all doing out there? All right, because we've been going for about a little more than 2 hours, and make sure I'm up for maybe a little bit more time here. Let's see here. Yes, Natural, I'm a new sub. Thank you so much. All right, I appreciate my new subs. Thank y'all so much. We just started growing on this channel. I want to say November the 27th or something like that. It's, whatever. It's been last so many days. So this is all new. And so we all new over here, and we're growing together as a community over here. Thank you so much. And Vanessa Jones says, Mexico is not really doing anything because he knows that they have to prosecute the police officers, the doctors, and the Red Cross, and possibly the maid, that all who work in Mexico just saying. Exactly. That's what I was saying yesterday, y'all, when I was showing y'all the videos of how horrible the femicide rate is already in Mexico from them, eliminating their own women. They already have their own problems with that. They already have their own problems. And it's already known that it's a poor country that's full of corruption. So what makes you think that they're going to use their resources to go get a criminal from another country that unalived a person from another country? They're going to be like, well, what's in it for us? What's in it for us? We'll probably have to give, I don't know, but, I don't see them, doing all of that. And then, the other video that we saw, how, anyway, they are, they've got their own stuff. I don't see them do anything. Our best hope is that this was planned here in America and we can get them here. That way we can get all of them, because Mexico already showed y'all how they come in. They said from what we heard, it's only one or maybe two people that they're trying to, collect, right? and stuff is still vague. They haven't released a name or nothing. They're just being vague. They just, they toying with us, y'all. They messing, they screwing us over. They just really, they just, I don't even have words. I don't believe them. It's like they're just toying with us for real, They even give us the decency to give us a name of who they trying to detain. You see, Courtney says, someone said there is a longer video other than what we saw, and the police aren't releasing it. Yeah, I had heard that too. However, like I said, if there is more to it, whatever they did was just, more further damage to her body. But I just don't believe that, because we saw the injury, and I'm sure that the people in the room saw it too. And there was nothing else that anybody could do after that. So unless they was just, let's just do some more damage to her body, I don't see there being another video or longer. I think, it was, that was it. Jinju says, if I was Quilla's family, I would hire some professional. I got to be careful with Jinju. Let me take Jinju's down here, read on the side. Jinju's be talking some stuff here. Let me read what Jinju say first. I put it up there. Okay, let me just go on and do it, because Jinju's my homie from Cali. If I was Quilla's family, this from Jinju's, y'all. I'm just reading the comment here. Jinju said, if I was Quilla's family, I would hire some professionals in the disposal business to find those 6 demons and dispose of them, but still pretending to be the FBI that I want justice, knowing they dirt 6 feet. And Max say, another reason it's not in Mexico's best interest to prosecute. If it's found that the police, nurse, and maid were negligent, the Robinson family can seek civil lawsuits against them all. Exactly. I think Mexico is just saying, don't call us, we'll call you. But we are definitely, we're into it. We're going to get this. We got the videos and we're on it. Yep. As soon as we get them, exactly. Yep. We got 2 names for y'all. We're just not gonna let you know who the 2 people are, but 2 people for sure. Or maybe not. Here we go. And Tanika says Mexico need to step the game up and bring those 6 down. Yeah, I don't see Mexico doing it. They for what? They got their own problems. You know what I mean? They off and off. They little senoritas like it ain't nothing. They ain't, Mm-mm. All right, Gen Juice. You know you. All right, so let me see here. We got let's see. The next video is an update. And
Have you ever wanted to build an income online?
This is it's another Queen Sheba. Let me see here. All right, so this one is from Queen Sheba again, and this is the last one I believe are just from her too. This one is entitled. Let me share so y'all can see what we get ready to do. Let me see Jen Juice first. Jen Juice said they taking too long to lock these bastards up. Yeah, that's the part that's frustrating too, because we've seen the video, we already know what time it is. But again, that's why I was trying to tell you about how the Rodney King thing was going, because we had all seen the video, for a whole year before they even took him to trial. We had watched the trial and re-seen the video. We see the video, we already know. So when they said not guilty, what? It was that. So I totally get what you mean as far as it's taking too long. But, it is what it is, and this is where we're at, unfortunately. And again, like I said, I really, I don't have too much hope that Mexico is like, yeah, we need to go ahead and get these people, like we got to get this off the street, when it's so prevalent, where they're at. And see, All Around Natural Beauty RN says copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for the purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. And to that, let's play our second video from the Queen. And here we go. Go ahead and take this off the mute.
All right, welcome, Kings and Queens.
Thank you.
Listen, I wanted to hop on here really, really quickly and drill down on 3 updates that we have about the Shanquella Robinson case.
Okay, got some updates.
First of all, shout out to Tisha Talks for having the time and the energy to dedicate.
So I've been saying the name wrong then, because I think I've been saying Tessa Talks, Tisha Talks, Tisha Talks. Okay. That hey, look here. That's one of our videos we've been watching. Okay, look at there.
To this case and bring us live updates as they become available. I really appreciate you. I am not a full-time YouTuber, unfortunately, so I can't always capture the live updates as they come out. But kudos to those of you on YouTube who are able to keep up and just stay on top of it. Good job, good work. In my opinion, and when I say the authorities seem to be dragging their feet on this. And if it were not for Black YouTubers, y'all, they would have swept this one under the rug. We're not playing that game.
Wow. And again, thank y'all so much for everybody who is showing support and, shouting out the justice for Shanquella Robinson. It is doing something this is the new thing here, y'all. We about to do something for real. I really feel that we are a part of something big. This big movement. It's time for a shifting. It's time for a change.
In some of my videos, I've guessed on some of the details that are now coming out. But because some of these things had not been exposed, some of you were reluctant to believe it. But I'm going to stay on this case in spite of the pushback some of y'all bring.
Don't worry
about
that.
So with that being said,
Yes.
I want us to focus on 3 things today. Okay? I want us to focus on 3 things. 2 statements have been given to the authorities. We don't know who gave them, but I'll share who I think may have given a statement and why I believe that way. Item number 2, the corpse was manipulated. I've said that before. Now we know it to be factual.
Okay.
Item number 3, there is evidence. There's recordings, audio recorders, voice recorders, whatever they use, before they arrived in Mexico and after they left. So let's talk about it. But before we do, for those of you who are just tuning in, or if you're new to the channel, welcome to the palace. I am Queen Sheba. I cover a variety of hot topics specific to reality television, but most importantly, I hone in on the behavioral and the psychological traits of the Black experience.
I'm in Cabo, Mexico. It's 2:20
I'm about to
p.m.
drop
on a Monday, and if I log into
link
my
in the
seller's
chat
dashboard
here.
right now, I can see I've already made.
And y'all check out Queen Sheba's page there and sub to her and get this real-time information right there too. Very interesting. So at least we know what we're getting here. I like how she puts all our information together and gives you the heading and also like the syllabus of what is happening here. So let's see here. We've got a couple of comments here. Jinju says, if the law don't deal with them, the streets will. Either way, they're going down. Woo, Gin Juice. Yeah, we're gonna have to make you a little bit of gin juice so we can kind of chill you out. Just a little taste though. But I love your fire though. I feel you though. That's how we Cali girls be getting down. And Tanika says, yep. All right. And Vanessa Jones says, Shanquella parents need to take some of that GoFundMe money and hire them a private investigator to get the case solved. A good private investigator, I know I would. Right, but who are the private investigator? Who are they presenting the case to? Right? Who's going to be the authority? Who's the government? Who are the private investigators going to give their information to? Who's going to how are they going to utilize it? But I do believe that they do. They have hired attorneys and they've got people working for them. But again, someone has to take ownership of, the case. Like someone has to charge them for it. Someone has to, arrest them or, have a warrant for their arrest. Like no one's asking for them. They're kind of just walking around, So, yeah, I feel you on that. So here's our girl's channel right there. I didn't put it off into the chat for y'all to go click on it and give her some views over there. See, listen to some of her stuff. She got a lot of things on her channel here, so a lot to learn. She does a lot of research. Very smart lady. All right, so let's do that and let's get back over here to the share so we can get going. And this might be our last video here. This one's 14 minutes.
So there are 3 things I want to dissect really quickly, and I am going to get straight to the point. Now, some of y'all want us to cover this case, but when we do, you criticize every little thing.
Yeah, no criticism.
Be mindful. We are doing the best that we can with what we have.
Yep.
Some of this shit that comes out is speculation. Some of it is rumors, and some are theories. Like I've speculated a lot just because a lot of it didn't make sense, and it don't make sense. However, today, I have to keep saying it because no matter how many times I say it, y'all seem to forget when we get deep into the videos. I am just giving you my opinion based on my own critical thinking skills. As I go,
I agree. I'm giving my opinion based on my critical thinking skills. And critical thinking is a big part of being an RN. We do a lot of stuff on critical thinking as part of the nursing process. So yes, that's what qualifies me to give my opinion, my opinion too. And then, like I said, I'm about to be 52. So with age comes wisdom, and I've been around the block, baby. Yeah, here we go.
Through my list, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. And I'll do my best to come back later to answer your questions. All right, here are the items.
Gen X and the hizzy.
Item number 1. I mentioned earlier that 2 statements have been given to the authorities. Most believe one of the statements may have come from Nazir. Guess what? I agree with you. The other one, many are not sure who it could be. Here's what I think. I think you have one from Nazir he was on the side of the pawns. I broke all of this down in my last video. I said, in this situation, I think there are key players, and I think there were some individuals that were used as pawns. Nazir, in my opinion, was used as a pawn. So I think you have a statement from a pawn who happens to be Nazir, okay? And I believe one of the other key players have come forward. I don't believe it's Dejanay or Malik. I just don't believe neither one of them have given a statement. So that leaves Winter or Elise or Khalil. Okay? I think it's Winter. And here's why. I said I was going to tell you why. I think it's Winter. I think Winter's bold and calculating enough to be telling everybody else to be quiet while she's in the background trying to spin the narrative with the authorities to protect herself. Yep, I think it's Winter.
And isn't Winter the one that was on some type of social media, like, you know, talking very rough as far as like making it seem like Shanquella deserved it, and or she, you know, went left, or some type of, you know, justification type of energy. I believe she was that person, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all.
It would be another demonstration of her ability to control, manipulate, and betray the others, as she's done so as the ringleader all along, getting them to shut up while vindicating herself in the background. And then I believe they're all going to realize she played them. Dejanay.
Wow. Wow. I don't know. I still think it's the friend guy, Kali is the ringleader, the mastermind behind all of this, and actually, you know, coordinated all this stuff to make it happen. Like I'm saying, these narcissists, they real good for, you know, using people as chess pieces to do the dirty work and stuff, and then they get to sit back and see hands are clean. I didn't do it, you know, and someone else be the one to take the fall for it when they were really the masterminds and stuff. Yeah. So okay, we got a couple more little comments here while we let her commercial play here. Let's see here. Somebody says, okay, yeah, I already read that one. Shanquella, this is from Jen Ju, says Shanquella mama and daddy need to get a dream team of lawyers so those 6 murderers can be put away. Guaranteed. Yes. All right. And then Reese Stillborn, Still Bloom, Gen X is here. Yes, I'm so grateful to be here representing for Gen X. Gen Xers all around. You know how, you know, our generation, man, we come up from the, you know, we was the latchkey kids. We went through a whole ton of stuff that these young people today don't go through at all, right? Y'all remember that you had to wear the key around your neck, and you know, yep. So you come home from school, had to let yourself in and get started, you know, doing the thing. But it was called the latchkey kid. Everybody had the key, supposed to just tuck it in, tuck the key in your shirt. And you know, nowadays, you know, they say call that abuse. You can't leave. You're not supposed to do that kind of stuff. But we was doing far more stuff than these young people are today. You know, we were cooking the meals. We, like I said, we was latchkey kids coming in and out, you know, from school doing the thing while, you know, mama had to go work, you know. So, and I know we weren't the only ones. There was other kids that had keys around their neck too at school. And you better not lose that key. And you had, you know, that was a big responsibility. We kids, right? We like 7 and 8. You had to be responsible enough to, you know, get yourself up in there and better not let nobody in the house. I mean, it was a lot of stuff. We had pressure on us. So y'all young people need to enjoy this easy life that y'all having now today. All right, so let's get on back up here to this here video. Take off that mute.
I don't think Dejanay is going to say a word.
Yeah, because she's guilty.
It's just something about her. I have a feeling in my gut that she's about that street life, and she's probably made up her mind to remain silent. I don't believe Winter is above no snake shit. based on what we've heard about her demeanor, how sinister she can be. So your statements may have very well come from, drum roll please.
Oh, come on.
Nazir and Winter, based on my opinion.
Yeah. What y'all think? I think it's Kylie. I would say Kylie and Dejanay are the, I think it's them. I think that was part of the triangulation, that maybe Kylie had something to do with Dejanay, and since Shanquella was supposedly his good friend, and maybe Dejanay was jealous or envious because of the relationship or the friendship or the connection between this Kylie and this Deja, not Deja, but and this Shanquella lady who thinks she's all of that, paying for the villa and all this and all that, you know what I mean? So so I don't know. I think I would go for Kylie and Dejanay. Those my two. All right, so here we go. What y'all thinking?
All right, item number 2, audio evidence. Allegedly, there's audio recordings that provides evidence before they arrived in Mexico and after they left Mexico. Shout out again to Tisha Talks. So the audio evidence, I'm leaning in on that because I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Which tells me the planning of hurting Shanquella likely took place right here in the good old United States of America.
Wow, y'all hear that, FBI? So that means the case needs to be in y'all hands. That's a good enough information for y'all to pick this up. Maybe we need to tell this to Nancy Grace or somebody else. We need to get this, keep on shouting out, keep on selling this here message, because if they planned it in the United States, and that means the jurisdiction needs to be here, because that's where the crime was planned, and people shouldn't be able to go execute a crime in another country and get away with it because they, was smart enough to go execute the crime in another country. If they planned it here, that should not be no loophole in the damn system where that could, that could happen, where people could actually execute the crime in another country, plan it here, and then get away with it. Because, oh, well, no. They need to hear that, and we need to keep on shouting this out so this doesn't go down like that. Because this don't make sense that they walking around here free like nothing's happened when this is going on month number 2. Vanessa says there are FBI private investigators, as many private investigators out there in criminal law. Okay, excellent. Vanessa Jones says, please not Ben Crump, but that's one who they have. Okay, I don't know Ben Crump. And MX said, exactly. We made it through the Reagan era, crack and AIDS era. I know, huh? Yes, exactly. Gen X, man, we strong. And we was doing things before they had to make us wear the helmets and stuff. We was popping wheelies. We was the first ones doing the skateboard thing, doing all that stuff. Yeah, that's true. We was doing all that stuff. We some rough and toughs. My body and me. My buddy. That was the first time they actually came out with like a boy doll too, right? And then a few years later they came out with Chucky. But at first, before Chucky, it was My Buddy, right? Anybody remember that? My buddy, wherever I go, he goes, my buddy. No. My buddy and me, we like to climb up a tree. My buddy and me, we're the best friends that could be. Everybody was so upset and offended at that, because that's the first time they come out with a boy doll. And, back then that was very controversial, a doll for a boy. But, it was a big hit for maybe a couple of Christmases. And then they even came out with a kid sister, but she didn't do as well as My Buddy. Yeah, My Buddy and me. All right. So let me go back here. That's right. Shout out to us Reagan kids. And I actually remember what I was doing when he got shot. I was recovering. I was 10 years old, and I had acute appendicitis, and I had to have emergency surgery to get the appendix removed, and which was another reason why I always wanted to be a nurse, because I was, a patient a lot as a child, and I wanted to be on the other side of the needle so I can say, okay, little poke, and do it to somebody else. But anyway, so I was already done with my hospital time, but I was at home having to recover for additional 2 weeks, and I was on the couch watching, I think it was Sesame Street. And then they interrupt this program to bring you the special report. That's how they had to do it back in the day. Interrupt this program, bring you a special report, and then there was Reagan getting shot and hurled off into the car and all that good stuff. And that's how that went down. That's my memory of what I was doing when Reagan was shot. The assassination attempt. All right, let's see. Reed says, I hope Cabo 6 studying Spanish. Yeah, they need to get their Spanish practice on. I don't know. I don't even think Mexico even look for them. They just feeding us little dog food so we can, be like, yeah, they're gonna go get them. They're gonna serve time in the Mexican prison. Oh, we need us Americans to make sure this thing go down. Oh, here go a new name. Hilda Mona Ma. Uh-oh. I put my Spanish in my day. Ayo, seriously, this what so-called fake friends make me sick. And NXA, okay, behind bars, Nixa behind bars, that is where they belong, from South Africa. Yay, all right, welcome. All right, thank you so much. Coming from South Africa. This is so pivotal, y'all, that this voice is being heard all over the world, not just here in America, not just in her hometown of North Carolina, all over the world. Justice for Shanquella. Yes. Thank you so much. And see, Petty Cash TV says, makes the case eligible to be prosecuted in both jurisdictions. Good. That way we, double for sure that some justice will be done. Thank you. All right. Jinju says, hope the Cabo 6 are ready to have burritos and metal objects shoved up their blues, because Bubba gonna be waiting for them at the prison to give them done good loving. Pass them around like a blunt. Okay. Woo, Jinjuice, man, you got it together. Max says, I believe the interviews were by Nazir and Kali. Because one arrived late and the other was visible holding the phone recording. Okay. You see that? My buddy, I remember the Cabbage Patch Kids craze. Yes, I know. That one there really hurt because, like I said, we was poor. So there was no way that Mama was going to spend $75 for a Cabbage Patch doll. Either it was $75 or $100. I just remember it was up there. And that was like, first time that the baby dolls were even that much. And it wasn't even like it did any tricks, because like back in the 70s, we had, dolls that did things. They did the little walk. I had the little walking doll, and or they pee, or they do some little things, right? You do some things, but this was like a little rag doll, and and they wanted all this money for it. And I remember, everybody was going crazy over it. And then you got shamed if you weren't able to afford to get the Cabbage Patch doll. And they used to say, you get the Garbage Pail Kids or something like that. But anyway, there was all kind of shaming that went on if you didn't have the resources to, go to school and show the proof that you had the adoption papers to, that you had a Cabbage Patch doll. Yep. And then after that, they came out with the Care Bears, right? So we had some love Care Bear. I did have a Care Bear though. Jinju said, they smile in your face. All the while they won't take your place. The backstabbers. Okay, here goes the last one. Then we're going to finish up this here video. Jinju says, demon energy is lurking around us. Be careful who you choose as friends. Yes, that's why I say stop, look, listen, and feel for energy. You need to be able to feel when somebody got some ill intentions towards you. You need to be able to feel when somebody is jealous of you and envious of you. You need to feel that so you know not to be around it and stuff. Yep. Because they will surprise you when they unleash the fury, if they've been holding back this jealous energy towards you. As we saw how Dejanay exploded in a rage of pent up fury that you've been holding in, right? I'm tired of you, you.
So the question then becomes why? And we cannot fall for a simple ass answer that they're going to try to give us neither, okay? Now, when the authorities say there's an audio or there's audio evidence, let's consider the definition of evidence. That means something that furnishes proof. Ask yourself, proof of what?
Yeah.
What proof are we needing and what truth are we trying to establish? Was there a plan to purposely inflict harm on Shanquella? That's the first question.
Yeah.
So what if that's what's in the audio? Because why did they mention to Mexico and after? So what important conversation is revealed in that audio that happened in the United States? If it's true, it would establish that the attack was planned or at least mentioned in those audio tapes before either they all got to Mexico, hold on, or before Nazir got to Mexico.
Oh.
Because he's the only one who came later. So who was talking to who? All right.
Wow.
So to me, this infers that at least all of them knew what was planned before they hit the ground in Mexico, or they called Nazir to tell him what they had done. I know it's a lot. Take your time and process it. Now, here's the thing. If this were not premeditated, right? Y'all, this was premeditated. I believe that with all my fiber.
Yeah,
my
me
heart.
too.
But for those of you who don't think it was premeditated, okay, let's just go with that to give you the benefit of the doubt. If this were not premeditated, then why in the hell would anybody be secretly recording the others? Because it was premeditated.
Wow.
And you know what? You know why? They're probably, or somebody recorded the others because it's a get out of jail free card. Just in case shit goes wrong.
Ooh.
Let me record these fools. Just in case I need this later to establish my innocence. Chew on that for a little bit. Let me move to the last item. The last item is item number 3. I would like to issue a trigger warning just to be safe and as a courtesy to all of you, because I appreciate you tuning in. I'm not showing anything, but I just want to say a trigger warning just because everybody has a different level of emotional capacity.
Admiral's e-commerce marketing platform.
All right. So with that being said, let me give this here disclaimer too. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Law Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Wow, that was a very deep nugget that she's brought out there. Very deep here. All right, so while we're waiting on our commercial here to go, I'm going to read. I've got some more comments. I just lost my place. I think I'm here. Okay, M. Max says, I believe the interviews were by Nazir and Kali because one arrived late and the other was visibly holding the other, the phone recording. Yeah, this is right on time with what Queen is saying here. Uh-oh, let me stop it. She's back. Let me just get a few more of these comments here. M. Max says, okay, I did that too. Okay, I think I'm here. Jinju says fake friends are more dangerous than real friends. Yes, because they'll try to sleep you with pretending to be your friend so they get close to you and now you're relaxed and before you know, they're the ones that'll, get you in your sleep, and stuff like that. That's what I mean by them sleeping you. Yep. So that's why you need to learn how to check your own radar to find out, look at people's facial expressions. They give you that gas smile. That's a fake smile. You can tell that the person is really, this is not, happy. This, you got to look at it. You got to read between the lines. You got to read those facial expressions. Listen to the tones when they're speaking to you, how they said it. Good morning, You got to think about all that stuff. Everything matters. All right. Wanda Ward said Nazir got angry, though, that they traveled 2,000 miles to do that. Okay. I don't remember anything about that. Reed Stillborn says, rumors that Shanquella and Dejanay dated the same man at different times. Okay. Animosity brewing. Okay. Yeah, that's a good theory there. Great theory there. All right. So let's go ahead. Nope, that ain't what I want to do. All right. So let's go ahead and finish up here. We coming in for a landing. I think this is going to be the last one too, because my eyes are starting to get a little tired here. All right. Here we go. Let's go on to get through.
The corpse was manipulated and moved. Someone dressed her dead body as a part of the sick and sinister cover-up. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised or shocked to learn that one, if not all of them, have been involved in crime before. It wouldn't shock me. To me, they just seem too cool about this, non-reactive emotionally, little to no feelings, unbothered.
Yeah.
Yep, they disrupted this young lady's body by trying to cover up and hide evidence. So they knew she was gone for a while. And we can now factualize that they collaborated, got together, panicked, and came up with the story. By this time, we can assume the bruising of her spinal began to set in and may have caused discoloration. But in order for them to pull off the concocted story of alcohol poisoning, somebody got to get her dressed. Got her dressed so that the doctor or whomever wouldn't see the bruising on the body. Let me go a little bit deeper.
All right, so yeah, y'all, we already ruling that out. But yeah, makes for good story. But yeah, they ain't did none of all that. They ain't did it.
When we think of true crimes and reenactments of true crimes, and the investigator shares that after a victim has been the R word, beaten, or unalived, there are some times or some crimes where the victim is covered up after the crime. And based on that, the detective will then conclude that the victim may have known her attacker based on the nature of the attack and the covering of the body. Pause. Are you following me? Are you following me? So there was only one person in that group who, quote unquote, knew Shanquella well. And we all know that was her BFF.
And the reason why I'm going to say I disagree with that is because the whole they attacked her while she was nude. So for him to show some type of, concern about her body, having respect or something like that, making it dress it, I don't think that. And like I said before, as a nurse that worked with the spinal cord injuries, it is very difficult and takes a time and actually some technique to be able to dress a body that's, paralyzed. And we saw her back broken and the neck off the head. I don't see anybody wanting to feel comfortable dangling around all those, a crushed back and all that stuff. And if he didn't care enough about her body that she would be being attacked naked like that, I don't see him wanting to give her any type of dignity by covering her body because he knew her.
Khalil, based on his emotional connection with Shanquella, although he sat his ass there and watched her be brutally beaten to death, in my opinion, he's the one that clothed her. This is just my opinion. This is all alleged. And even if he had help my assumption leads me to believe that he suggested and or recommended to the group that's the least they can do. I don't believe anyone else in that group would have thought to give her an ounce of dignity in her passing. So that's why I strongly believe that.
And especially he's the one that said, Quella, can't you at least fight back? He ain't caring about no dignity. He didn't care about no dignity.
Khalil indeed dressed and moved Shanquella's body.
Mm-mm.
Now, let me say something. I'm about to close out. We should be concerned regarding the amount of time that it is taking for them to bring this situation, this case, to bring justice to this matter. I know it supposedly takes time to gather paperwork, to get orders, to extradite, and all of that. But listen, when you want to make something happen, you make it happen.
Yeah.
Okay? If it were a celebrity, if it were a different person with money that had been harmed, trust me, they would have been on this a little bit quicker, in my opinion. I believe there may be powers that be who wants this to go away.
Yeah.
And maybe, just maybe, if they drag their feet long enough, we'll go away too, and we'll be quiet. To me, it seems like they could be waiting us out.
Yeah.
Okay? It's the holiday. They were able to kind of hold us off during Thanksgiving. Christmas is coming, New Year's.
Yeah.
Because nothing about 6 people being allowed to be on the run makes sense to me, y'all.
Yeah.
Especially when other women.
But on the run is not the correct term. They're not on the run. No one's looking for them. They're not running. They don't have to run. There's no, they're not in any trouble. They're not on the run. So
women of other races have received national attention when harmed. Or when unalived.
Yeah.
When it comes to making sure Shanquella Robinson doesn't go forgotten, it's important that we all stand united on this.
Yes, ma'am.
Keep pushing, y'all.
Yes, yes. All right. Thank you so much, Queen. I love her videos. Are so excellent there. Yes, and she's absolutely right. We do need to keep the word out there. Keep crying. Keep shouting out justice for Shanquella Robinson, because it's going to help us to be able to bring justice for future, and hopefully get some from the past too, that we can look back on some of these cases now, especially with all the new technology we have, and maybe, with some new eyes on some cases that just went cold, and, maybe we can even do some things to help solve some of this stuff. Like a lot of times people knew things and just never said nothing because they were afraid, because nobody was doing anything about it, right? So yeah, this is very important. Us, this big movement, what we're doing here. Hey, Creations in Motions. Right before that animal started attacking Shanquella, someone said, go. Wow, okay, I don't remember hearing that. And the animal attacked her. Yeah. I think, I don't know. Yeah, that sounds, like I said, it was very quick. And you might be right on that one, Create. Thank you so much. Yeah. It was, like I said, it seemed really staged, like, and action. Everybody there ready for the whole thing. And, yeah, it's just sick and disgusting. Oh, Jinju says, something I learned the hard way a long time ago. Trust no one. Works like a charm for me. I want to keep breathing. Yeah. Super, super sad. Super sad. All right. So let's see here. All right. So can I get some more likes? There's 70 people in the chat and only 41 likes. So please, on your way in here, if you can hit the like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe here. We're doing a lot of things. We're building a community here of, victims turning into survivors. And we're excited about what we're doing here as far as like giving a voice to survivors. Over here on this channel, we don't do moments of silence. We do moments of speaking. We speak the names of victims. We speak the name of the abusers to warn other potential victims so they don't have to get caught up and trapped in there. We highlight different things like red flags, different signs and symptoms to be on the lookout for, so you will know what a jealous person, pretending to be your friend looks like, what it feels like, what it looks like, and what what to look out for, and how to safely get away from those kind of situations without triggering a rage reaction from somebody who is suffering from jealousy and envy. Very deadly demons to be involved with. So we want to know what to do and what not to do to be able to safely get away from them and stay alive. So yes, Gen Juice, you're absolutely right. Trust no one but yourself. Like I said before, once you get to a custom of putting your own mask on first, putting yourself first, self-help, self-health, mental health, all that stuff about you being a whole person, you will be able to help more people when you yourself is healed and whole, right? So that's why you have to make sure that you're putting your mask on first and trusting no one but yourself, because you are the only one that can hear the voice inside your head, your higher self, trying to guide and lead you to the right place, right? Everything in life has a reason, and every negative thing that's happened to you has an equal positive thing that you can get access to once you learn what it is that you need to learn to be able to access that. It's blessings in all these, blessing in lessons. There's blessings in lessons. All right. Boo Bear. All right. Hey, Boo Bear, welcome. It's a new name here. Say they may not be on the run, but they show is hiding. Yeah. Probably from the shame of society knowing exactly what they are guilty of. When I'm saying that they're not on the run, I'm just saying that like legally, like they're not hiding, they're hiding from the shame of everybody knowing what they've done. But as far as like, hiding from the law, technically they really don't, they excuse me, they don't have to. All right. So, okay. Hold on. Jinju says, it's so peaceful being alone. I feel you, Jinju. But, we still was meant to be, with people and stuff like that too. So it is peaceful being alone though. But yeah, I think I'm going to give y'all one more quick video. I think I have, let me see. I actually have two more on this little list, but it's already 3 hours. So I'm going to do one more. And, oh, wait, I think I did that one already. Yeah, so I only have one more. All right, then we'll be.
I just want to say
sorry,
thank you,
y'all.
son of God.
Oh, okay, yeah, this was this here, my final one here. All right, look at here. Who's this? Elgin 10 is, no one ain't looking for them, so why would they be on the run? Exactly, that was my point. That's my point right there, exactly. So this last video, let me see, hang on one second, y'all. We made this, save this one for tomorrow. This one here is 20 minutes, a 20-minute video. Y'all up for that? Because we've been going for over 3 hours. Y'all ready to turn it in and call it a night? Or this one here is a new video from our OG Gossip Girl XOXO. So how y'all feeling here? Let's see here what we got. Shay W says they're hiding from street justice. Okay, yeah, you might be right on that one there, because they probably knowing, people looking for them and stuff like that, feeling that too, especially because if people are feeling like they're not getting, regular justice, then, people would be looking at that alternative for some street justice. All right, so yeah, this is here Friday night. We might as well go on here. We're gonna go on and do my girl from Gossip Girl XO, since we've been having such success. Let's see here. I vote for tomorrow. Thank you, MMAC. Perfect. So, like I said before, if you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe. And I will see y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow in another video. And thank you, Boo Bear, and all these other new people. Shay W and Elgin Tennis. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate everybody here. Oh yeah, the march tomorrow. That's why I need to go and get me some sleep, because we said what time was the march again, y'all? Somebody put that down so I can set my clock for it and put it in my calendar. Good night, Jen Juice. Who told me what time the thing is? Give me the time, y'all. Set my clock. Anybody give it to it? There's a march tomorrow going 4 p.m. Thank you so much, MMAC. So it's going to be 4 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to watch it live tomorrow. So I will see y'all tomorrow. Love y'all. It's going to be 3 o'clock my time. So 4 p.m. Eastern time. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Love y'all so much. And thank y'all. See y'all later. Peace and love. Peace and love.